proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. Today, we give you the power to grow your ideas by building meaningful relationships in the communities we serve. Because it's the same place we started. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
PSP Network is your home for WDA basketball tonight from Hausler Gymnasium in Northeast Bismarck and the campus of Legacy High School. The Dickinson Mavericks come to the capital city with a 2-3 overall record. They'll square off against the home-standing Legacy Sabres, who just suffered their first defeat of the season last Friday at the hands of the Bismarck Demons. Legacy with a 5-1 overall record. Hi again, basketball fans. Alongside Cole Higland, Todd Domrey's welcoming you to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Timely services that don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes, locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Hey, welcome to the new year there, partner.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, well, likewise for you, too. I mean, you had a game early on, Mandan, and was it Cheyenne?
Yep, Cheyenne.
Yep, and then you and I both had some time down in Arizona, so we're back in the saddle tonight as the Mavericks come to town. I wonder how many times I'll call them their old nickname tonight. I'm 2 for 2 so far.
Yeah, I was typing it in. I'm like...
If you notice, the sheet still said the old name earlier today as we were putting our prep together, and the Midgets and the Mavericks obviously changed their moniker in the Queen City of Dickinson. They come to town with a 2-3 record. As let's dig right into the WDA girls basketball standings, Cole, as Minot High and Mandan and Century still unblemished in conference play. And then you got Legacy at 2-1. We mentioned the Sabres just lost their last contest to the Bismarck Demons. You got Williston, Bismarck, Minot North, St. Mary's, and Dickinson still looking for that elusive conference win, though. The Mavericks picked up a nice non-conference win early in the season. Road victory over West Fargo. So, yeah, the standings tonight brought to you by Trusted Tire and Auto. There's a lot of strength in the West. You look at Century, you look at Mandan, you look at Minot High. I still think Legacy's going to be there when the dust settles with the talent that they have. Williston's got a good club. Obviously, Bismarck has displayed the ability to beat anybody. The West is a slaughterhouse once again this year.
Well, I think what Petrick does for you so well is his teams are so well scouted. He knows exactly what the strengths and the weaknesses are of each team that comes in. That's why you talked about them being there at the end. I agree. And then I think between Minot, Mandan, and Century, it's going to come down to post play. And I think when you look at the post play between Minot and Mandan, they got those bigs. Now, Century's mostly guard-oriented, going to get up and down the court a little bit and pressure you. But when the shot's not going in and you got to find a way to score and hopefully control the rebound, that's where those big posts come into play. And that's where Minot and Mandan, I feel, have that edge against the rest of the teams.
There's your WDA standings brought to you by Trusted Tire and Auto. While we have a moment, let's dig right into the latest AA girls basketball poll by the sports writers and sportscasters across the state of North Dakota. You talk about the depth of the West, man, it is showing right atop your Sport Clips media poll this week. Minot High, Century, Mandan, the pundits selection is 1, 2, and 3. Legacy is number 5. And then you got Bismarck High and Horace receiving votes along with Fargo Davies at number 4. So not only is the WDA going to be a slaughterhouse, the WDA has got some strength statewide this year.
Yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see how the whole thing lays out. Obviously we talked about some of the coaches before this game. Influenza's going around and people start getting sick, and then the injuries, and then just the overall, the wear and tear of what WDA and the state kind of games that kind of take on as injuries start to kind of mount up, and then playing time diminishes for certain kids, and you got the culture dynamics that kind of go along with it. So you're always playing that magician as a coach, trying to balance all those things.
Thanks to Sport Clips for bringing that media poll this week. A couple other games we're tracking tonight on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. St. Mary's has gone across town to take on the Demons tonight at Bismarck. Of course, you got Dickinson at Legacy here. Minot North at Century. Mandan at Williston, and Jamestown at Minot. That's a girls broadcast tonight, and that's also on the PSP Network this evening. And we also have, we have a second. Let's bring up that schedule this week. Tonight, you got a doubleheader of WDA hoops. Dickinson and Legacy here. Jamestown and Minot. With some Class B, Division B action. Girls hoops, MLS and Surrey. And you got a girls and boys doubleheader taking place in Flasher as the Flasher Bulldogs and the Washburn Cardinals doing battle tonight. There's your schedule tonight and the rest of the week here on the PSP Network. Our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on. Man, does that bring back some memories for you and I, seeing the Young Tykes down there with the jerseys on and Been around the game forever.
We were talking about that with Aaron. He was over in a youth 6th grade tournament talking about all the good, bad, and ugly.
You and I are both been there for years, right? As our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show rolls on from from Hausler Gymnasium tonight. We'll come back with our keys to the game, and we'll find out what makes the Mavericks and the Sabres tick. Dickinson, Legacy, more after this timeout on the PSP Network.
Beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. Today, we give you the power to grow your ideas by building meaningful relationships in the communities we serve. Because it's the same place we started. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Good to have Aaron Wall, John Haugen producing, running the cameras for us tonight on the PSP Network. Todd Domrey, Cole Higlin back at Hausler Gymnasium. Mavericks in town to take on the Legacy Sabres. It's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Stay in your car for a drive-through oil change. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. All right, I call you Coach Higlin, I call you Referee Higlin, I call you Player Higlin sometimes, but we're going to get to our keys to the game here, Cole, so I'm going to put your coaching hat on for just a second as your keys tonight brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. No other choice to seal your heating and air game than Northern Plains. Call Dylan today, 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is performing at the top of its game. The Dickinson Midgets coming off a one-win, Dickinson Mavericks coming off a one-victory season a year ago. Got a second-year head coach in Terrence Lockett. You're looking for improvement. I mean, you just got to be, the building blocks have got to be there season long for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and that's just part of the growing pains when you're rebuilding and trying to figure out what kind of pieces of the puzzle work well together. And unfortunately, sometimes you got to bring up the youth. You know, you got to bring up young kids and kind of get some excitement going, know that there's an opportunity, and hopefully it pushes those older juniors and seniors who maybe are at a situation where maybe their depression of not being successful their junior, senior years of high school, they want to go out with a bang. And so you bring those young kids up to hopefully push them a little bit. And at the end of the day, you just got to have that will to win. And what do you consider success? Is it scoring more points than your average when they're averaging 50 points a game? Or is it, you know, hey, we competed, but we lost? You know, at some point, winning becomes the priority, but you got to do those baby steps to get to it.
Get a good look there at Terrence Lockett, second-year head coach. He's a Mayville State graduate, played a little hoops for the Comets, and was an assistant basketball coach for the West Fargo Packers for 3 years. Yeah, you want to improve, and you've got some pieces back from a season ago, and just one senior in Jenna Nelson, one of the best volleyball players you'll ever see in the state, who's going to go play basketball or volleyball at the University of Jamestown. But yeah, she's the only senior, and just about every one of these kids played last year and produced. So Coach Lockett's got some things that they will get better at throughout the course of the season, and already got a couple W's on the slate already here in 2025, 2026. All right, for the Legacy Sabres, hey, you just suffered your first defeat of the season the other night at Carlgard Gymnasium. So, hey, let's wipe the slate. Let's get off to a quick start tonight against a team that you'd be favored against.
I think you got to go back to the ball handling and taking care of the ball and understanding that there's going to be pressure times at moment, and you got to just limit those turnovers. And tonight, like we said, open up fast, get going, show that you're one of the top 3 teams in the state here tonight, and just prove it in different ways other than just trying to shoot the ball and get out and shoot 3-pointers. Get out and defend, block shots. Diminish the success or the positive that maybe we were talking with the Mavericks coming into this game is we got to just settle them right now. We got to just stop it. They're not even going to be playing to our caliber. That's the mentality you got to have right now going into this game.
That's going to be fun to see a couple of the top scorers in the conference as well. Obviously, Marley Falcon was putting up 30 points a game until their most recent game against Bismarck High, held well below that. And then you got Abby Prowse for the Dickinson Mavericks, one of the top scorers and one of the better shooters in the league. There's your keys to the game tonight, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Call Dylan today, 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is ready for the winter months ahead. All right, fans, we'll come back with the anthem, with the lineups, and we'll tip it off. The Mavericks and the Sabres tonight. WDA girls basketball. Good to have you tuned into the PSP Network.
Learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
Spas Etc., Bismarck's #1 hot tub and sauna dealer, brings luxury and wellness straight to your home. Discover top brands, Sundance Hot Tubs and Michael Phelps Swim Spas that deliver not just relaxation, but real therapeutic benefits. Right now, save up to $5,000 or enjoy up to 72 months interest-free financing. Visit us today at 1420 East Main Avenue in Bismarck and experience the best deals for yourself.
Our Valvoline and Snow Change pregame show. Timely service that don't slow you down. Lundin's been taking care of cars for 25 years in Minot and Bismarck. You can find them online at VIOC.com. All right, it's time to honor America, honor our flag, honor those men and women who serve our great country with the singing of our national anthem tonight. Junior Addie Haller from Legacy provides our national anthem tonight. A nice rendition of our national anthem this evening on the PSP Network, and we are just about set for the starting lineups. The Mavericks 2-3 on the campaign. Legacy 5-1. Sabres now 2-1 in conference play. The Midgets, that's twice tonight. There are going to be a few more, I'm sure. The Mavericks 0-2 in conference play. All right, for the Mavericks tonight, and their head coach Terrence Lockett. Yeah, they're just doing some other particulars here. We'll get to these lineups in just a second. Of course, it's a double dip. You got a highly anticipated boys matchup tonight between the Mavericks and the Legacy Sabres. We got the young gals running through the lineup line tonight. I love it. Look at that. You think that's any fun?
Oh, it brings back memories. I used to do it to my daughters when they were running down the steps. And now! And I'd play the Chicago Bulls theme music in the background.
Oh, heck yeah.
Got them pumped up. Because I didn't want them to go cheerleading or dance. I wanted them to go basketball. So I started at a young age. Nothing wrong with those sports.
Well, all right, here's your starting lineups. First off for the Mavericks, I'll call it the Texas Orange tonight. The black trim outlined in white. There's your lone senior in the lineup tonight, Jenna Nelson, West Region Senior Athlete of the Year in volleyball. Claire Rodakowski is a 6-foot junior leading the team in rebounds. Emily Dutke is a 5'9" junior. Also in the starting lineup is Allie Stevenson, the 5'8" freshman. And rounding out the starting five tonight for the Mavericks is their leading scorer, Abby Prowse, the 5'7" junior that is averaging about 15 points a game after an all-WDA season a year ago. For the Legacy Sabres and their 11th year head coach, Jim Petrick, they'll start Maya Heeb at one guard. 5'8" junior, Ava Lucas, another senior, joins her in the backcourt. Or junior, I beg your pardon, joins her in the backcourt. In the middle is Marley Falcon, the 6'2" junior. Gracie Watson, along with Sammy Watson, will be your two forwards tonight for Legacy. Sammy is a junior and Gracie is a sophomore. So very young basketball team for Coach Petrick, as he will start 4 juniors and a sophomore. Dickinson will counter with a senior, 3 juniors, and a 9th grader in the starting 5. Our fans were ready for basketball. Good to have Valvoline Instant Oil Change bringing you this pregame show as the Mavericks make their way out on the court. Zebras are ready. You mentioned that, having the young daughters run through the starting lineup line. I think my daughter and her husband are now expecting, and so that's how they're picking out names. They're saying what it would sound like Mike Wolf announce the kid's name at the Bismarck Event Center. Three-pointer is good, and we are underway. Legacy in the home whites has the first possession. The Mavericks come out man-to-man. Quick duck in for Maya Heeb. She lays that home.
Yeah, just got to put more pressure on the top of that key. If they're going to sag off, they're going to have that easy input to that post all night.
Legacy will also come out man-to-man. First possession of the evening for the Mavericks. And you get a tip away there by Sammy Watson. Legacy back with an early 2-0 lead. Lucas straight on 3. Marley Falcon is short. Rebound Lucas, back to Falcon. Good contest there by Dukey, and it's going to go out of bounds to the Mavericks.
This is good possession by the Mavericks, but they're all crashing the board when the shot goes up. Those long 3-point rebounds come off the rebound, sometimes off that rim. Not sure where it goes, but secured that and got the ball. Another possession. Again, we talked about small wins here tonight for the Mavericks.
Stevenson controls the offense. Now to Dukey, and the Mavericks going to go high screen and roll. Almost poked away with the long arms of Falcon. Prowse off a screen, thinks about a step back. Legacy on her like a postage stamp. Prowse going to have to beat the shot clock down to 3, down to 2. Had a shot blocked, and it's a pretty good defensive set there, Cole, for Legacy.
Yeah, good block by Falcon there. Kept her hand up, kept it in play, didn't try to knock it out of bounds. Just good team defense, and that's what Legacy and what Petrick's kind of known for is just that solid man-to-man, good communication, know your role, stay on the ground.
I think they might have put number 22 on the scouting report tonight. She had 9 threes against Legacy last year, a school record for Dickinson. There's a dribble drive nicely done for Gracie Watson. Legacy out to a 4-0 lead. Dutke corner 3-ball rattles off. Nelson in there digging out a rebound. Second chance for Stevenson. She misses that. Now a little high school hideout, but good hustle there by the Mavericks to fly swat that out of bounds.
Yeah, and Claire Rodowski, her older sister, played at Jamestown when my daughter was a senior out there.
Yeah, you think if you make 9 threes a year ago to set a school record against Legacy, that Coach Petrick would have had 22 Abby Prowse on the top of the scouting report tonight?
I would have put that in every kid's locker as a reminder. This will not happen again, otherwise we're going to run.
And Jenna Nelson usually gets the best defensive assignment for the other team. She'll be guarding Falcon tonight. Quick trigger for Marley from the right wing. That rattles off the backboard. But there is Sammy Watson digging out a rebound. Throws it to her younger sister. Gracie Watson turns and burns and has 2 more.
Yeah, Gracie Watson got 4 in the game, averaging 6 here on the season.
Little sisterly love there for the Sabres. 6-0 Legacy on top on your BNC Bank scoreboard. They have got this defense locked in tonight. Post touch for Nelson. Tries to go backdoor to Prowse. Rodakowski, handoff Stevenson. Oh, off the back tab. One and done for the Mavericks. Legacy off to a quick start. Falcon with a couple bounces from the top. Double screen there for Watson. Now they look backdoor to Heeb. Touched by Rodakowski. Saved by Falcon.
Shot clock at 8.
Heeb is going to have to create something. Looks down low. Can Gracie Watson do it again? Nope. Off the backboard. And I just said Legacy had a good defensive set. That's pretty good one right there for the Mavericks.
Yeah, Mavericks had a nice set there, kind of just controlled it. Like I said, not giving up the easy backdoor cuts. As you can see, they're trying to overplay a little bit. So Legacy's doing what you're taught. You're overplayed, you go backdoor and try to get those easy buckets. And they're kind of stretching the defense out with their perimeter shooting. Be interesting to see how they're able to attain. Sometimes you'll mix it up, go in zone.
Legacy, a team averaging 78 points a game. As you get a little reach-in foul there on Addie Dede, who just checked on for Legacy. First foul of the contest, whistled on the junior Dede. Dickinson, a team averaging 50 points a game. Legacy averaging 78. Stevenson between the rings to Abby Prowse. And it's taken away. Legacy, and it turns into a run out for Marley Falcon.
I was watching Marley in the warm-ups. Yeah, we get a timeout here to kind of get the reset a little bit here as we go to timeout.
Yep, it's a First International Bank and Trust timeout and a quick start for Legacy. 8-0. They lead it over the Mavericks. FIBT.com is where you can find First International Bank and Trust. And here's that finish in transition by Marley Falcon.
This page is in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
And back in action out of the Coach Lockett timeouts. 8-0. Legacy with a quick start here on your BNC Bank scoreboard. It's a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Find them online at FIBT.com. They've been doing it since 1938. Dookie forces one up for the Mavericks. No good. Another run out for Marley Falcon. Tries to drop it for Sammy Watson. Oh, now the lane opens wide open. Count it. And a foul.
Oh, nice backdoor cut by Hadley Schumacher. Just kind of wrong, right place, wrong, right time, so to speak, where there just was kind of a mix-up there. Thought it was going to be a turnover, and she backdoor, got a nice assist.
I got a new computer system tonight, so I'm a little different timing for the replays, so I'm going to get adjusted to that. Trying to get that finish there for Shoemaker on the and one opportunity from the Serb Pro stripe, and she cans that exactly.
Yeah, just gets into the game. Got a quick 3 points here so far.
Hadley was out of the last contest, missed it against Bismarck High. And the three-point play gives Legacy an 11-0 lead. Sabres still with some token pressure. Prowse will meander into the front court. Mavericks could use a hoop. Prowse to the high left side. Free throw line area to Nelson. She will turn and burn. Oh, and another one rims off. They've been kind of snake bit to have the Mavericks.
Yeah, now your Legacy thinking who's going to get scored on to give up that first point. Nice steal there by Jenna.
Jenna Nelson slams on the brakes, puts it up. Oh, and the Mavericks cannot buy one. Rebound to Gracie Watson. Falcon filling a lane. Nice play.
Yeah, a nice pass, nice catch without traveling. All in rhythm.
Marley Falcon with a couple hoops. And now it's grown to a 13-0 lead here on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Prowse got to the baseline. Now she's hung up. Has to get it over to Ava Fridley, who's checked on, the 8th grader. Checked out the 7th grader. Fridley has it back. Driving and jousted.
That's your 7th grader. That's welcome to WDA.
Shoemaker, oh, what a pass.
Yeah, nice vision there.
And Addie Dede will drop it in, and it's a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. It has grown to a 15-0 lead for Legacy to start the contest. Here's that nifty little pass and finish on your Ryan Family Dealership replay by Addie Dede.
Till it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Seek transformation. ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
First National Bank and Trust, full-service, family-owned, independent community bank, founded in 1910. Find them online at fibt.com. They bring you our timeouts, the PSP Network. Rodakowski, Fridley to the left, and you're going to get some riding time there on Dede. There have been 2 fouls called in the game, or excuse me, 3, Cole, and Addie Dede's got 2 of them.
Yeah, it's just one of those. Trying to be aggressive, and again, you give Eva Fredley, the 7th grader, as we mentioned in the pregame, is trying to get younger players the opportunity to get out here on the court and build some, hopefully, future success. We got our first bucket.
Deep post position for Evie Halverson. And the 5'11 junior has got the Mavericks' first 2 of the contest. Lucas turns the corner on the handoff, and she got hit there by Halverson.
Yeah, that was just rotation was a little bit slow at that time. She stayed vertical. Obviously, the lower body as she was sliding bumped the shooter.
And from the ServPro free throw line, we'll get Ava Lucas shooting a couple for the Sabres. ServPro's got 24/7 emergency service. Fire and water cleanup and restoration at ServPro as Lucas got her first one of the night.
Ava Lucas shooting at 53% on the season. That means it's a 50-50 chance in the second one.
Good call. I usually do that when I'm going for Nostradamus' predictions. Second chance, however, for Legacy. And Merkel cranks one up. I called her the microwave of the night. She didn't waste any time getting shots up, and there's Hebe on the cleanup.
Yeah, he's got 4 in the ball game so far, averaging 8.5 a game.
Yeah, Marissa Merkel, she's going to become the microwave if she keeps coming into the game and shooting right away. Remember who the original microwave was?
Vinnie Johnson.
Vinnie Johnson for the Detroit Pistons.
I like watching all those 30 for 30s. They bring back those memories.
Hey, you get tied up basketball. The alternating arrow will favor the Mavericks. I can tell you tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Today's game also brought to you in part by BSN. Custom solutions for North Dakota high school and collegiate programs. You can find those at BSN. Fridley attacking, and that's poked out of bounds. Last touch by Legacy. I mentioned BNC Bank brings you that scoreboard in all of our PSP Network broadcasts. They make managing money easy because your life's busy. Got locations in North Dakota and Arizona. Find them online at bnc.bank. Yeah, I like the Malice at the Palace. That's one of my favorite ones that's now on Netflix.
Well, did you watch the new John Elway one?
No, I have not.
That's actually pretty good.
As Legacy had that one tip off the hands and the fingertips of Maya Hebe, turnover Sabres.
And I was watching it over Christmas break, and Rod Smith is talking about that. And Rod Smith was with us, and he was in my car from the Civic Center.
When you and I played in the JC basketball fundraiser at the Bismarck Event Center, then we went over to the local watering hole and got a chance to hang out with the guys who were the celebrities we were playing against. One of them was Rod Smith for the Denver Broncos.
And Michael Cooper.
And Michael Cooper, yep.
And there, who was the lineman?
Oh,
77.
Yeah, Carl Mecklenburg. No, it wasn't Mecklenburg. Was it Mecklenburg?
No.
I can't remember. We'll think of it here in a second as you get a shuffle the puppies as Legacy had the defense cranked up on that possession.
Yeah, when I was watching that documentary on John Elway, I was like, hey, he was in my car.
You got to think, who was that lineman for? I distinctly remember because we were pretty good at basketball, and we came out and we were just drilling these guys, and they're like, whoa, wait a minute. We're supposed to win these JC games.
Windmill dunks and alley-oops and three-pointers.
Making every three we looked at in the event center. As Falcon had a couple cracks at it, and it's cleared out of there by Rodakowski, and we're going the other way. Well, nice job by Claire there to chin that one. She's the leading rebounder for the Mavericks at 9 a game. Showed why right there. Legacy still extending some token pressure. Well, it cleared out, and Nelson into the front court. They lob over the top, too tall for Halverson, and she couldn't save it off of Schumacher. And it'll go to Legacy.
Well, I give Coach Lockett credit. You know, he's staying positive. He's rotating a lot of girls in. He's got a great set that he's trying to run. It's just the girls got to get a little more efficient with their ball handling, get a little stronger with the ball, good passing, and just, you know, realizing that it's going to be difficult all night, but just stay positive throughout this.
Falcon, little snake bit in close. Second chance for Sammy Watson. Good strength to get it over to Gracie Watson. She rips through, drives baseline. Sammy Watson. Oh, nice little step through with the scoop.
That was a nice up and under, kind of hezzy a little bit there. Got the girl to go by her, step through. Underhand finger roll.
Sammy Watson's got her first two of the night. And it's 20-2, little pocket pass for the Mavericks, but it goes off of Avi Halverson's hands. Turnover Mavericks. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Farstead Oil brings you today's game. Wholesale fuel, mobile lubricant, DEF needs, serving North Dakota, Montana, Western Minnesota since 1938. That's Farstead Oil. Schumacher was tipped out of her hands, but then it's last touched by Dickinson.
Yeah, you know, freshman coming into the games, not really shy. You know, has a lot of confidence coming in there, looking to attack, making things happen. You can see the rest of her teammates have the ability to believe in her and know that she's going to make the extra pass, not put her in nervous situations.
Oh, almost a steal there by Stevenson. Heeb lucky to retain possession. Now 10 to shoot for the Sabres. Freed up for Merkel. No. Ricochets off the 10. Rebound cleared out of there by Stevenson. Good strength for her as Abby Prowse crosses over once, twice, leans in against Schumacher, and that's going to get Prowse to the serve pro stripe.
And Schumacher did a nice job there. Got her in front, but then obviously Prowse using her junior years of experience there, kind of leaned in a little bit, created that contact, and going to the free throw line.
Yeah, she said, all right, freshman, I'm taking you to the rack attack right here. As Prowse misfires on the first one from the serve pro stripe.
And looking at her stats this year, again, we were a little behind on the stats in the WDA site, but she hadn't shot a free throw till now. So this is her first free throws based on the statistics that I saw this morning.
What the world? Averaging 15 a game. And she gets 1 and 2. Well, stay tuned at halftime. We got our Jerome's Collision Center halftime report coming up. Run through the scores from around the region. Halftime highlights. And the scoring, individual scoring from the first half. All part of our Jerome Collision Center halftime report. Maya Heeb goes to the left. No good. Rebound to Tatum Fisher, who just checked on for Legacy. And there's a reach-in foul called on Gracie Watson of Legacy. Hey fans, today's game also brought to you in part by Bones Barbecue Sauce. North Dakota original. Find it right here in North Dakota at your local grocery stores, Cashwise, Marketplace, and Family Fare. It's good on everything from ribs to burgers to veggies. Prowse will slam on the brakes, shoots it too strong. Rebound yanked out of there in a second chance. Cleared by Fisher. Now they try to lob it over the top. That's too tall for even an explosive jumper like Jenna Nelson.
Yeah, that's just trying to run the offense and not really seeing what the defense gives you.
Legacy gets it in deep to Heeb off a nice pass there from Watson. And a reach-in foul as the Mavericks get caught with their hand in a cookie jar, and it's going to send Maya Heeb to the line.
That's Abby Prowse first foul here tonight.
And to the serve pro free throw line goes Maya Heeb, a gal that Legacy thinks can be that third scorer in the lineup. Of course, you got Falcon getting a lot of points for you, and maybe she could be even a number 2 option as the season develops.
Well, you know, you got obviously Marley Falcon averaging almost 30 a game, but you got 4 or 5 other girls just in that 6 to 8 range.
Yeah.
So just each night that can take their turns, but it's nice to know you got that depth in scoring.
Dutke down low, and Stevenson kisses it home.
It's got to feel good as a coach knowing, okay, finally we got 4 or 5 points and just trying to build that momentum.
Down to 7:40 to play and counting in the first half. As there's Heeb short, got it back, flips it up with the right hand, no good. On the court it goes, and you see Ellie Stevenson's, a lot of times when there's some of that getting busy kind of stuff, there's Allie Stevenson in the middle of it.
Well, we talked about it in the pregame. She's a freshman. You got Fridley, who's a 7th grader, you know, bringing up some of these younger girls, kind of brings that aggressive, that assertiveness.
That was a nice inbounds play, and there's Maya Heeb for 2.
She's got 7 in the ball game, almost hit her average as 8.7 on the season. Got 7 here in the first half.
Legacy by 18. And Gracie Watson playing the passing lane, a 2-on-1 developing. Watson goes right to the 10, too strong. Rebound to Fisher. Tatum slows the pace momentarily. Legacy gets that man-to-man defense cranked up. Gracie Watson just looks like she's lurking up top, and her ball pressure is causing problems right now, and it's resulting in turnovers for the Mavericks. Legacy gets organized on the offensive end. Lucas to a cutting Heeb. No. The Mavericks defense hasn't been terrible.
No, you mentioned Allie Stevenson kind of cut that penetration off there in that basket cut.
Dutke tries to play some bully ball, couldn't get it done. And back comes Legacy. Oh, the Maverick defense on vacation in transition, and there's Merkel to lay it in. Marissa Merkel running the floor, and you get a First International Bank and Trust timeout called for and received by Legacy. It's an FIBT.com timeout. 6:23 to play in our first half. It's Legacy 25, Dickinson 5. Here's that transition hoop for Marissa Merkel.
Approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Todd Domrey's Cole Higlin back at Hauser Gymnasium on the campus of Legacy High School. We can tell you today's game brought to you in part by Val's Cyclery, owned and operated in downtown Minot since 1960. We've diversified to give you a full line of e-bikes, sharpening center for knives, scissors, chainsaw blades, and more, and a fitness center at Val's Cyclery in downtown Minot. Today's game also brought to you in part by the Aggie Foundation. Check out their PSP Network Performance Player of the Week and learn about their charitable work at aggiefoundation.com. Oh, they got the Mavericks in a phone booth there, and Evie Fridley is going to be fouled, and that's probably one of those where Legacy, they probably didn't need to foul right there.
No, and that's the thing what Coach Petrie's talking about is, someone might say, okay, you're up 20, why are you full court pressing? And again, it's a practice. If you're, you got to utilize this to play against different kids, try different things. Put kids in different positions to learn. You never know down later in WDA. You got foul trouble. You got issues where you got to play certain kids.
Bang! Abby Prowse has just converted a 3-ball.
Yeah, she's shooting 8 for 21 from the season from the three-point line. Hits her first one here tonight.
And look backside to Falcon. She rips it away from Nelson. Stop and go move for Sammy Watson, who went to the reverse. Rebound cleared by Nelson of Dickinson. And the lone senior for the Mavericks into the front court. Oh, Prowse now got an itchy trigger, and she goes to the rack attack for 2.
It's going to be a kind of a, yep, as you see subs coming in, Shoemakers going to this substitution, and you can give up jump shots, but you can't give up straight line penetrations to that rim.
Dutke goes screen and roll. Lucas back to Falcon as the Midgets are down by 15. The Mavericks are down by 15. Now that's going to be hard for me. I'll get it squared away. It's a slow working brain that I have. Sammy Watson converts the mid-range on the right base.
She's got 4 in the ball game, all on the right side of the court there. Mid-range jumpers.
Under 5 to play in the first half. 27-10 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Mavericks get a post touch. Halverson to the left. Rebound cleared by Addie Dede, and here comes Legacy. Steaming into the front court. Falcon from 24 off the front 10.
She's looking for her first buckets here tonight, or she got that backdoor layup, looking for her first 3 here tonight.
And you're going to get a foul whistled there on Gracie Watson. We're going to make the slow walk to the other end. It's going to be a bonus free throw upcoming for the Mavericks. That is 7 team fouls on the Legacy Sabres, and that's 2 on Gracie Watson. To the serve pro stripe goes Evie Fridley.
And that's some of the things as Petrick may talk about at halftime. Obviously, you know, getting to the bonus this early when you got this type of a lead, that means you're not moving your feet. You're reaching a little bit here too much. We got to work on those defensive positioning, footwork, rotations. Utilize this game as an opportunity to improve on those areas.
Missed free throw by Fridley. Halverson had her shot blocked, returned to sender, and here comes Legacy. Pull-up jumper, Dede short on the baseline. Rebound, Falcon, no. And Nelson climbed the ladder, clears the rebound, gets it off to Prowse. And approaching 4 to play in the first half. It's 17-10, 27-10 in favor of Legacy. Dutke surveying, spinning, now kicks it out. Fridley down the left side of the lane. Nice play.
Oh, nice left hand from the top of the key. Split the defense.
Evie Fridley's got her first 2. Legacy down low. Oh, how about that scoop attempt for Sammy Watson? Couldn't get it. Fridley rebounds. Oh, what a familiar name, the Fridley name. Obviously got Guy Fridley. Brother Fred in the capital city of Bismarck. A couple talented Watford City products. Guy, of course, the athletic director at Dickinson High School. Sammy Watson might have got away with a little wraparound there on that rebound.
That's kind of laughing at how the ref was standing right there.
Turns into an Addie Dede transition layup. Hey, when Dickinson's got in the half court, Legacy's struggled a little bit. The only real reason Legacy's got a 17-point advantage here is the fact that they've gotten transition opportunities off some turnovers.
Well, they do a nice job of running their offense, but they get kind of hectic where one person's just dribbling too much and 4 girls watching. And you're trying to do clear outs. I get that. And, you know, Legacy staying man-to-man, but they have such good help side defense. But they get the ball moving from side to side. Just got to keep moving without the ball. You do have a tendency to stand waiting for that skip shot, or pass, excuse me.
Leah Zastapool and Rodakowski back on as Prowse locks and loads and bangs one down from the right wing.
That's her second 3 here tonight. 9 in the ball game.
Yeah, she can score in a hurry. And, a tip away. Here comes Claire Rodakowski. Lost the handle, has to slam on the brakes. Leaves it for Prowse, and she's fouled.
I believe that was Hadley Shoemaker. I believe that's her second.
That's your Ryan Family Dealership replay. The second 3 here in the first half for Abby Prowse. Man, she got a quick trigger.
Yeah, she does. Got her feet set.
Does not take that young lady long to get that basketball going towards the 10.
Well, you might not get it back sometimes in these games. you get it, you're going to touch it. It's hot potato.
Yep. And now Prowse will be shooting a couple from the serve pro stripe. Actually, got to make one or make one to get one, and she couldn't do it. Gracie Watson misses it. Got it back. Mavericks battling, and out of bounds goes Sammy Watson, it'll be Dickinson basketball.
Yeah, and Watson just did a nice job running the floor. Caught it, got too far underneath the basket, and just kind of left her with nowhere to go. And so sometimes you just got to dribble it out, not force something there.
Hey fans, Planet Pizza brings you tonight's game. Best pizza on the planet. Try the Blue Buffalo with a plain cheese. You can contact them now at 701-852-1700, and they deliver in the Magic City. Backing her way in was Zastapul. She couldn't hit that, and then she's going to be whistled for a personal foul. Man, how often does that happen, Cole? You miss a shot, and then what's your natural reaction? I want to make up for it?
Right. The 5'8" junior coming off the bench, getting some minutes. Got a good shot opportunity, a little frustrated. Try to get a quick steal, and you're right. Every time turns into a foul.
And now Fridley just got whistled for one from behind.
And I think that's just part of the learning curve. You want these girls to play aggressive. You got to find some way to find some opportunity to see some success, whether it's the steals, whether it's quick shots. But once you get that foul trouble, you got to stay out of that. As we got another one.
Another nice set on the inbounds, and it's going to result in Heeb going back to the free throw line. Watch this little, get a little pick-to-picker action right there. Works in all levels of basketball. And the free throw shooting has been contagious tonight in the wrong direction. From the serve pro stripe, Heeb misses the first one and the second. There's Gracie Watson. A lot of offensive rebounds tonight for Legacy. Merkel wants it. No, too strong. Long rebound, Heeb. Gracie Watson. Oh, she didn't take the three, instead to the 10, and that's short.
Oh, the C's just parted for a wide open layup.
Back comes Zastapul. She went to the left. That rattles off. Back comes Lucas. It's turned into a track meet. It's a green flag run here at NASCAR, and the layup is good for Heeb.
Yeah, nice look there. Just kept her head up, kept her dribble. Saw nothing was there on the baseline, dribbled back out. Again, moved without the ball, got a nice backdoor layup.
Prowse, coast to coast. She got bodied up. You could hear the whole Legacy bench yelling, help, 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 and they took the body. Prowse to the serve pro stripe. Train technicians, advanced technology. It's serve pro. And
Prowse started out a little slow, but kind of picked up here the second half of the first half. Obviously, averaging 15 a game.
Second one rattles in for Prowse. She's got 14 now of, 13. No, 11. Well, you figure the math out for me there, partner.
11.
11 of the 17. Thank you.
And it's the Mavericks.
All right. Yep, I knew I was going to do it a bunch. Well, just into the game for Legacy is Haley Mervick.
What I can't get used to is the colors of the uniform.
Well, you'd think that would register that they're not the team that have been calling them half the night. They got new uniforms, for crying out loud.
Like you said, the Texas burnt orange and black.
It says Mavs on it. You got a close-up look there. Good job by our camera crew, Valley Stevenson. Maybe that's what I got to do. Go with the Mavs. As Tatum Fisher lost it. Lucas back. Watson to Mervick. Sammy Watson battling for a second chance. Legacy's been grinding on that offensive glass tonight. Lucas, pass Mervick, layup, good.
Again, just moving without the ball there, right place. Again, had her head up. Nice backdoor reverse layup.
Haley Mervick, the senior at 5'7". That could be an early candidate for the move of the game right there, partner, as that was sweet. Let's get your Ryan Family Dealership replay look at that one. It didn't look like much was happening. All of a sudden, there comes that sneaky Mervick on the baseline, and she went to the sweet reverse.
Yeah, jumped off the wrong foot, wrong hand.
Nothing but the bottom of the well, however, as we're down to 7. Dribble drive there, no good for Stevenson, down to 4. Merkel leaves it off for Heeb, layup, good! The buzzer beater. Ends a nice first half for the Legacy Sabres. We'll head to our Jerome's Collision Center halftime reports. As on your BNC Bank scoreboard at the break, WDA girls basketball, it is Legacy 35, Dickinson 17. Here's that buzzer beater to end the first half for the Sabres.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in.
I can't believe I wrecked my car.
There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance.
Are you even a therapist?
Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
That's our Jerome's Collision Report, with Legacy leading 35-17 over the Dickinson Mavs. There we go. Jerome's brings you our halftime report. As at Jerome's, you can make sure that they take care of your car. As accidents happen, their goal is to get your car and your life back on the road. They do more than just fix your vehicle. They've been doing it since 1975. Call them at 701-852-5126. Schedule your collision repair or their service at Jerome's Collision Center. It's their specialty. They value you and your car at Jerome's Collision Center. Legacy by 18. Quick start propelled Legacy to an early start where it was as much as 20-2 for a while there, Cole. But hey, credit the Mavericks for that. I'll say, kind of calming the waters a little bit and playing a little bit of basketball in that second half of the half.
Yeah, they were just persistent, and Coach Lockett was bringing a lot of girls in, trying to find something that would work. And then as soon as they got that first bucket, it just seemed like, okay, we broke the ice. Now we got the lid off the rim. Let's get up and go. And they started scoring a little bit here. And Abby Prowse just kind of took over, and she's got majority of the points here tonight. She's got 11 of the 17 points here tonight.
As Cole, let's run through those Jerome's Collision Center halftime numbers here as Legacy leads by 18.
Yeah, as we mentioned, the Dickinson Mavericks got 17 here at half. Only got 4 girls in the scoring column. Evie Fridley, the 7th grader, with 2. Allie Stevenson with 2. Abby Prowse, as we mentioned, had 11 of the 17. And Evie Halverson's got 2. So only 4 girls in the scoring column, as I mentioned. Again, averaging 50 points a game. Only have 17 here in the first half. For the Legacy Sabres, got 9 girls in the scoring column. Coach Petrich playing a lot of girls in here, getting a lot of time, getting some experience. Addie Dede with 4. Hallie Shoemaker with 3. Haley Mervick with 2. Maya Heeb with 11, leading the Legacy Sabres here tonight. Ava Lucas with 1. Marissa Merkel coming off the bench with 2. Marley Falcon with 4. She's averaging 28 here a game. Had some good looks. Has not hit a three-pointer here tonight. And then you got Sammy Watson with 4, finishing out with her sister Gracie Watson with 4. So we are at halftime, 35-17, Legacy Sabres.
Mavericks led by the 11 points of Abby Prowse, and Maya Heebs 11 leads the Legacy Sabres. All right, let's get you a B&C scoreboard update here at halftime. Other WDA games we're tracking. Century, I'd say, is up big over Minot North, 56-15. With 17 minutes left in the game. No report from Bismarck High and St. Mary's, and no report in from Williston and Mandan. And a lot of places not reporting right now, so that's the only scoreboard updates we have for you right now. All right, fans, second half comes up next. At the break, Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. It is Legacy 35 and the Dickinson Midgets 17.
GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Ready.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it. We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
Engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Halftime with Legacy leading, and Cole, you and I just got back from Arizona, respectively ourselves, and this is now what you think of when you think of Arizona, but that is none other than the Arizona Snow Bowl up in Flagstaff. where they get about 260 inches of average snowfall. You can take a gondola ride up to the top, have a tall, cold one, and at the top of the gondola ride, you can actually see the Grand Canyon.
So we leave the cold to go to cold. I go to the golf course.
But the people in Arizona will go up here when it gets hot.
Yeah, to cool off.
Yeah, to cool off in the Flagstaff area. So there you look at the Arizona Snow Bowl as we are back inside of Hausler Gymnasium. It's our Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. Jerome's been taking care of cars since 1975. 701-852-5126. Schedule your collision repair or other service. It's their specialty, and they value you and your car at Jerome's Collision Center. Legacy 35, Dickinson 17. Of course, you got the boys game coming up next. While we have 1 second, let's remind you of our player performance of the week, brought to you by the Aggie Foundation. Here's your newly minted nominees for the week. Dawson Gust from the Botno Braves and Ty Barman with their great performances from Botno and Ray in the Mandan Holiday Tournament. Jordan Rude, double-double the other night for the Bismarck Demons. Lily Bell, she's probably going to be a regular appearance on Player Performance of the Week. And Easton Bradley from Minot United Hockey. And you can vote for those folks on our social media platforms, and we'll announce the winner each Thursday here on the PSP Network. All right, you see head coach Terrence Lockett giving some instructions there to the Mavericks. As the officiating crew is ready, you got a chance to see the all-inclusive sports group here at Legacy High School, and that was what we were showing you during the halftime break there, and that's pretty cool stuff right there. They had the little wheelchair out there, and get kids involved in sports no matter what aspect it is.
Absolutely. You think about just the ability to have a friendship, a relationship, just get out of their normal day-to-day routine that maybe doesn't obviously include hanging out and being on a basketball court. So you just give these kids opportunities and experiences they've never had before, and I think that's what Inclusive is trying to do, is to bring kids together and also give a greater appreciation for those that are not having a disability, to understand, like, hey, you're fortunate, and let's not take it for granted. And these kids are very intelligent, very smart, are able to do a lot of things, and that kind of just opens the eyes and educates everybody, both on the disabled side, but also on the ability to know that you're a good human being.
Underway in the second half. Ring it up for Stevenson from the right corner from downtown.
She only averages 2 points on the season, got 5 here, and a huge three-pointer to start the second half.
Yeah, we'll get these second half lineups in just a second as Legacy has the rock after the Stevenson three-pointer. Gracie and Sammy Watson along with Ava Lucas, Maya Heeb, and Marley Falcon out there. Little eyebrow fake for Falcon. Might have traveled. She might actually switch pivot feet there.
Thought the same thing.
Yeah, you got the referee eyes. I just have the other eyes.
Yeah, we both got glasses though. So.
Stevenson again. No. Had a good look at it. Now Falcon throws it over the top. Running the floor is Heeb. No good. Battle for the rebound. Watson. No.
Legacy's getting high percentage shots. Got to finish those out again. And 15-point here lead at the half. Got to open it up here quick.
Rodakowski rebounds. Nelson had her shot blocked. Stevenson slams on the brakes. Now picks it up in a bad spot in the corner. Watson's on her like a postage stamp. And they free some pressure. Stevenson, kick out three ball. No. That rims off there for Rodakowski. And there's going to be a reach-in foul on the Mavericks.
I didn't catch who that was on, did you?
Stevenson, I believe. Yep, and Allie picks up her second. Well, the Mavericks will extend some full court pressure. Well, the Mavericks have Jenna Watson, Allie Stevenson, Rodakowski, Dutke, and Prowse out there. That's a nice little back door as Sammy Watson grabs it and scores it.
Yeah, she knows how to move without the ball. All of her points, got 6 in the ball game. All of her points are inside that paint. Just the defensive player turns their head a little bit, and boom, she's back door. And good heads-up play, keeping your head up and making a nice backdoor cut.
Abby Prowse, little eyebrow fake, and goes to the rack attack for 2.
Yeah, Abby, as we mentioned, averaging 15 a game. He's got 13 here so far.
And Legacy's doing a good job of running her off the line, but she's converting right now for the Mavericks. Post up for Heeb. Oh, quick first step and goes to the offhand.
You mentioned her too. She's only averaging about 9 a game. Already got 13 here tonight. The leading scorer here for the Legacy Sabres.
Back to a 17-point lead, 39-22 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Dudke spins in a double team, leaves it off for Nelson. Her 3-ball, no. Battle for the rebound. Prowse, Heeb tie it up. And the arrow belongs to Legacy.
Yeah, and that's where I think there's halftime. The only thing that I was Legacy that you want to work on, obviously, is just clean up the fouls a little bit here, a little bit. Move your feet, don't reach. Be in position on the rotations. Don't get them into bonus so early. When you have a lead, you don't want teams scoring with the clock stopped.
Sammy Watson almost lost the handle. Another backdoor for Lucas. Heeb on the glass, battling. She chucks one into the bottom of the backboard. Now you got a developing 2-on-1. Nelson. Dudke back to Nelson. Oh, she couldn't finish it.
Nice give and go.
Dudke with the rebound and score.
She gave up a nice pass, that give and go, and got the back, and you can't make it, I'll put it in.
She was looking for the assist and had to settle for the hoop. Oh, Watson might have double dribbled, and she did.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Look at that last one here on your Ryan Family Dealership replay, Cole.
Yeah, just a nice rebound, kept it up high. Oop, nobody guarded me.
I will have to shoot this with the left and score it. Emily Dudke's got her first basket of the afternoon. Emily is older sister. Abby Dudke played for the then Midgets and then went on to play at Bismarck State. Jenna Nelson, shot faking, shooting, rebounding. Dudke puts it on the deck and had it stripped away.
Yeah, it's got to go strong to the hoop.
Didi to Lucas. She throws up a flying mare. No good. And back come the Mavs. 39-24. Legacy on top by 15. Poke check from behind. Mavericks turn it over. Legacy back. It doesn't feel like this is a game that is out of reach by any stretch of the imagination as Schumacher buries a 3.
No, and that's what I was saying earlier, is that's her second 3 here in the ball game, but he's got to pick up the press a little bit here, kind of pressure him a little bit, get out and run, get some easy buckets, open it up here, and then you can kind of take the foot off the gas a little bit here. And you kind of get caught in those ruts sometimes, it's not a fast pace. You're kind of like you got a lead. You can win the game. You don't maybe give out 100% effort.
Stevenson to the step back. That hits the back of the tin. Legacy over the top. Didi tried to shovel it to Falcon. Oh, good dig out there by Lucas. Merkel. Yes, sir.
There's your Vinnie Johnson coming off the bench coming off the scoring.
And she comes in firing. And Legacy has extended it to a 19-point lead, make it a 21-point lead, and then you get a reach-in foul there on Marley Falcon.
Yeah, that's just where you got to keep your hands high. You're 6'2" and controlling the block shots. Don't need to reach below the waist.
Legacy won both matchups last year against Dickinson. And as a matter of fact, Legacy has won 20 straight against Dickinson coming into tonight's contest. And some of that has to do with Mavericks 1-21 last year, 6-17 the year before that, 8-17 the year before that. And Legacy's, in all 10 years that Coach Petrick has been coaching, this is his 11th season, they've made it to state every time.
Yeah, and every time I look at these matchup sheets and I see 2017, that's when they hit that 3 on our daughter's senior year. We were the favored seed and going in, and man, they hit that 3 from deep.
Off the glass and no good for the Sabres. Watson digs out a rebound. Shoemaker to the 10.
Shoemaker just got a knack to go to the hoop and find the ball and get to the hoop. And she's got 2 threes. Got 8 points here in the ball game as a freshman.
Legacy exerting some second half muscle here. Mavs throw up a 3. Tatum Fisher couldn't hit that from deep. Legacy back. Didi into the lane. Kick out Gracie Watson, little strong. Battled by Merkel on the glass. Cleared by Prowse. Here comes Dickinson. Mid-post to Nelson. Back outside to Prowse. Deep 3 right on line, but just short.
Prowse has got that green light here now as you're seeing that 2-man game going.
Oh, how about that little chest pass? Diagonal run out is a good feed there from Gracie Watson. Results in a 2, and you get a first International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. 11:55 to play in the game. Legacy 49, Dickinson 24. Here's that latest Legacy Sabres hoop.
In front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Now that latest transition hoop was Gracie to Sammy, the Watson Law Firm. And you get a poke away. Falcon stole it. Now she gets it and lays it in.
And Marley Falcons are 6-point here tonight. It's kind of a slow game, but again, it's just one of those games where other girls have the opportunity to score. Just the way it works sometimes.
And Legacy has had the Mavericks now stuck on 24 for a while.
And they went 2-3 zone, it looks like here, or Sagan man-to-man.
Fridley had her shot tipped. Falcon rebounds one. Legacy's been running the floor tonight.
Yeah, getting it out and run.
Sammy Watson couldn't finish that one. Fridley rebounds. And gets it over the timeline with about a second to spare. Mavericks set the offense. And they can't enter it to the wing. That'll be a turnover, and we'll go the other way. My fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by the fine folks at Val's Cyclery in downtown Minot since 1960. E-bikes, sharpening center, fitness center. His game brought to you also by Bones Barbecue Sauce. Find your local grocery store, Cashwise Marketplace and Family Fare, a North Dakota original. Bottled right here in North Dakota. That's Bones Barbecue Sauce. Falcon of the pick and pop. Shoemaker, deep three, ring it up.
Yeah, she plays with a lot of confidence here. Her second 3 here in the game. 11 in the ball game.
She's making a case for the MVP of the night.
Well, it's just nice to see these young kids, 5'8" freshmen coming off the bench.
Prowse to the step back.
And that's what some of these games do, as we mentioned earlier. Young kids coming off for the Mavericks, and then you got the young kids get some opportunities and a little more playing time than normal here for Legacy Sabres, and build that confidence, as you know, as the long season. Fouls, injuries, we mentioned happen.
Set play for Falcon. She cranks it up from deep. Couldn't finish it. Good looking execution on the play. He's got to make the shot. Not a quiet night for Marley tonight. Just 6 points in the contest. Prowse forcing the issue from the right baseline. Merkel rebounds, and here comes Legacy. Better get on Shoemaker. Short on that one.
That was a heat check there.
Why not?
Yep.
Halverson rips it away and then throws it away. Halverson, the state qualifier for the Mavericks in the shot and the discus. Brings that presence inside for the Mavs as Legacy leads by 30 with under 10 to play. Merkel, high-low heave around the defense. Nicely done.
Heave has had a nice game here tonight. We mentioned she had 11 in the first half, got 15 in the ball game, and all of her points just seem to be moving without the ball. Again, has a nice post game.
She's got that motor, right? Oh, nice feed down low. But Zastapool couldn't corral it. Taken away by Gracie Watson. Now you get Heeb again, trying to finish it. No, rebound Falcon. That's blocked. And Halverson clears for Dickinson. Back and forth we go. Always situations like this, you look down and see how many folks are at the scoring table, because this has been a little bit of a long run here.
Yeah, it has been, and you don't see a whole lot of urgency here from the Mavericks here. They got to just, you see they miss a shot, hang their head, get back, and again, giving up transition buckets again.
He was saying, this is my kind of night. I'm just going to keep running the floor.
Heck yeah.
And she's got 6 in the half, 17 in the game to lead Legacy, and a first International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. 58-24, Legacy leading big with 8:19 to play in the game. It's been a Maya Heeb kind of night.
8 gallons of homemade ranch dressing every day. So you can smother your dinner salad with it, dip those crispy golden French fries in it, and dunk your breaded chicken strips. You can even cover your... Wait, no. You can't put ranch on steak. Or can you? Shots Crossroads. Don't forget the ranch.
Oh, I didn't even see the guys got the end zone camera working tonight. Nice job. John Haugen, Aaron Wald, Todd Domries, and Cole Higlin back with you at Harlesler Gymnasium here at Legacy High School. Stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up in 8 minutes and 19 seconds and counting now. Legacy leading big here, 58-24. First International brings you that timeout. Find them online at fibt.com. Legacy trying to crank up the defense, but they just reached in. And that'll go.
I know, I was confused.
It wasn't Falcon. It had to be Sammy Watts.
Yeah, Sammy Watts. Yeah, I agree. He put 23 up, but
yeah, they fixed it. Can't sneak anybody by the officials down there on the scorer's table. Prowse to Fridley, ratcheted out of bounds by Legacy. Well, they reset the shot clock. Oh, actually, no, it's a running clock now. Under 9 to play in the game and more than a 30-point game, Cole. So buckle up. This one ain't going to take long if it stays 30 and more.
As a parent, you love it because you can get back on the road if you're not going to stick around for the boys' game. Especially when, I mean, we've had fortunate weather here this week, but you know, when it's 20 below zero and you got to drive 100 miles home, this is what you like.
Look at that clock just drip, 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 drip.
Yep. And I think it's good for the sport. I mean, these kids don't want to be here, and you know that sometimes kids get aggressive, get a little frustrated, and injuries start to happen. So I mean, good sportsmanship by Legacy Sabres all day long. I mean, they've just been moving the ball, not trying to run up the score.
Shot put up there by the Sabres, the Mavericks Stevenson. That was blocked by Legacy. Back come the Sabres. Oh, on a trail. Ava Lucas has got 2.
Yeah, Ava Lucas is slowly getting into the game here with her 3rd here tonight.
Lucas with a couple. And it's 60-24. Legacy leading with 6.5 to play in the contest. Fisher to Fridley, to her strong hand. Looking for a call. Instead, it's a breakout for Lucas. No, rims off. Rebound kept alive nicely by Watson. She'll put it up and scores.
Watson got a quick 6 here in the second half, 10 in the ball game. Again, you're just starting to see a lot of kids that normally aren't in the leading scorer opportunities here for the Legacy Sabres, which again builds that confidence that this game does here tonight. It gives you opportunities to hopefully complete those games here later on in the season.
Fridley to the right side of the lane. Prowse rejects the screen, now uses it. Good hedge there by Heeb. And, oh, somehow it falls into the hands of Fisher, who has to track it down, but it'll be a shot clock violation whistled against the Mavericks tonight. Hey fans, tonight's game brought to you in part by Minot State. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Tonight's game also brought to you in part by the UPS store, located on South Broadway in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. And the left-handed runner is good for Ava Lucas.
Ava Lucas, we mentioned, is kind of slow kind of game here tonight. Averages almost 10 a game. He's got 5 here tonight.
Little pocket pass. Mavericks got it in deep. Now Nelson wants it for 3. That rims off as Reese Ryder is checked into the game for the Mavericks. Trying to remember, was it Mecklenburg or it was a different guy?
Yeah, he was.
Oh man, I can see his face.
Reddish, strawberry, blondish hair, right?
Yeah.
It might have been Mecklenburg.
Maybe it was.
I just remember that at the watering hole, they were having a good time.
Oh yeah, yeah. Especially when as Shoemaker buries one from the free throw line area. Especially when they started giving the them like 10-point plays as we were putting the hurt on them. We weren't the neighborhood JCs. Oh, the runner is good for Prowse. The BNC Bank shot is open.
All I remember that night is Cooper wanted to go to the casino Sunday night.
Sunday night? Where's the closest casino? I remember us giving Michael Cooper a little bit of grief for the Dr. J driving cup dunk that you see on a lot of highlights.
Gromberg got that autograph on a napkin.
Yep. Yeah. He says, Michael Cooper, yeah, he got the dunk on me, but how many championships?
Yeah, he wrote on there too. Dr. J, 0.
Shot put up on the right side for Ryder. Wide right. Shoemaker and Fuego.
Yeah, that's her third 3 here tonight.
She's making a bid for the player of the game tonight,
she's got
Cole.
17 in the game here tonight.
Wow. Welcome back to the lineup after missing a game against Bismarck High the other night. Legacy still playing the passing lanes with 3 minutes to play in a fast-moving second half. Oh, nice little hesitation by Jenna Nelson. Couldn't get it to drop. Merkel to Mervick. Shoemaker missed everything on that one. Watson digs out a rebound and lost the handle out of bounds to the Mavericks. Advanced tonight's game also brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. Largest laser tag playground in the region. Giant lunch buffet, and they deliver. Call them now, 701-852-1700. Farstead Oil brings you tonight's game. Wholesale fuel, mobile lubricants, and DEF needs. Proudly serving North Dakota, Montana, Western Minnesota since 1938. That's Farstead Oil. Thanks to all of our in-game sponsors. Thanks to all of you for tuning in tonight to the PSP Network. I'd like to promote local athletes. Be sure to like and follow us on our social media platforms of Facebook, Instagram, X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well so you know when we're going live here on the PSP Network.
You were talking about the change from the midgets to the Mavericks. I have a jersey when Dickinson State went from the Savages to the Blue Hawk. My dad was playing there.
Oh, what the world?
I mean, the shorts were very short, but I have the uniform, and hopefully, my dad passed away a few years ago, but I have that in his little chest that he gave me. It's like to see the Savages and now the Blue Hawks, and it's kind of the same thing they're going through here today.
That's fun to go. I was out at the graduation a few years ago at Dickinson State, and you walk through the hallways there just to get some Savage memorabilia in the hallways. As Ryder missed a shot on one end, now you get some subs in there for Legacy. Well, you get Esley Torski out there for Legacy, along with you get there's a couple gals that did you bring an official roster versus the one that we made? I think you did, didn't you?
I did.
We might need that one tonight. As Tatum Fisher is going to be hit on the way in. Yeah, Legacy's going to have a couple extra gals out there tonight, including Nora Bergerud. And you get, I mentioned Esley Torski out there. You get Lily Solway is into the contest, along with Emerson Blees, I believe. As Fisher, what did she do? Make 1 or 2 there?
Yep.
Tatum Fisher's got her first point of the night from the Serve Pro stripe. And stay tuned, our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up in just a second. As Legacy misfires, gets it back. Torski tries to fire it cross court. Somehow it falls into the hands. As I believe that was Lily Solway. And a deep 3 put up there by Dutke. Rebound yanked out of there by the Mavericks, Ashley Broom. And you're going to get jump basketball, and the clock is going to expire here at Hausler Gymnasium. And this one will go final tonight. And there's your final horn. Legacy is going to improve to 6-1, 3-1 in conference play. Mavericks fall to 2-4 and 0-3 in conference play. It's a 71-26 final here on the PSP Network. And welcome you to our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Cole Higglin has made his way down courtside. Get a word with head coach Jim Petrick in player interviews. And let's send it down courtside. Take it away, Cole.
Hey, congratulations on this win. Obviously coming off a loss against Bismarck High. You want to recover a little bit. You had probably an interesting practice on over the weekend or even on Monday to kind of get ready for this game here. But what did you kind of have to learn from Friday night's loss to tonight? What did you kind of do to overcome this?
Well, we actually practiced Saturday morning right after that loss. We had to get better right away, and our big focus is on the defensive end. Just way too many mistakes on Friday, and the intensity just hasn't been there. We're a very athletic team. We rely on our different pressures a lot, different zone presses. Today we wanted to get out and play man-to-man. Happy with the effort. Still some things to clean up, but definitely we took a step forward tonight.
And these games are always hard. You want to show good sportsmanship, which you did. I thought you could have ran the score up a little bit, pressed a little bit more if you wanted to, but you got a lot of girls off the bench who probably don't get as many minutes as they probably would in a normal game. What does this type of game help those kids and build their confidence?
Well, as you know, it just gives kids chances to get in the game, varsity experience. We haven't had a healthy roster yet this year. We always had a few kids out with injuries, sicknesses. Hadley missed the BHS game, and she's a kind of a spark plug for us. She's got a good defensive role for us, but then she's capable of scoring too, as you guys saw tonight. Got a great shot. So games like tonight, you get a chance to kind of experiment a little bit more. We tried a few different offensive looks tonight too, just to get some things on film. So, and I give Dickinson credit. Those coaches are doing a good job. They're fighting. They're playing hard. They're just a little bit outmanned right now.
Hey, congratulations. Good luck. Hadley, Shoemaker, come on up. Congratulations. I know you're a freshman, a little nervous here tonight. It's okay, but you played a great game.
Thank you. Just coming back from being sick, I kind of had to just step up and help my team.
You got on the court. You look like you were used to playing here. You're a freshman. Not a lot of kids come out here and score 17 points here in a varsity game, but you were shooting a three-pointer like you had done it all the time. So coming off that bench and knowing that coach has got confidence in you, how does it help you play here tonight?
It just really gives me the extra effort and the extra mentality that I need. I'm coming in as a freshman. I have doubts in my mind, and just really having coaches here supporting me and my teammates and my family, it just really helps me go a long way.
I think it's got to be fun out here to kind of see. Obviously coming off a loss on Friday, you weren't able to play, so you really wanted to show something here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of just had the ball in my hand. I was like, why not pull it?
You got a heat check, TD. You got a heat check. Hey, congratulations, Sports Clip Player of the Game. Back to you, TD.
Yeah, well done as Hadley Shoemaker. That's what Coach Petrick said right away. Hey, we missed her on the other nights. She came out tonight, has a defensive role, and fills it up with 17 big points to pace Legacy to a victory tonight. Our Planning Team Financial Advisor Shots Crossroads postgame show rolls on. It's a final. Legacy 71. Mavericks from Dickinson 26. WDA girls basketball final here on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Todd Domrey's Cole Higglin putting a bow on the girls' contest as Legacy defeats Dickinson 71-26. Planning Team Financial Advisors, helping clients work towards financial freedom. That's farm or business succession. You can visit them online at planningteam.com. Shots Crossroads gets filled up in their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. Cole has the final numbers as Legacy wins big to avenge that loss from Monday night against the Bismarck Demons.
For the Dickinson Mavericks, had 17.5, finished the game with 26. Tatum Fisher hit her free throw there late in the second half. Emily Dookie with 2. Evie Fridley with 2. Allie Stevenson with 5. And Abby Proust leading the way with 15, hit her average for the season. And Evie Halverson finished the game with 2. So 26 points here for the Dickinson Mavericks. For Legacy Sabres, they had 9 girls in the scoring column at 35 at half, finished with 71. Addie Dede with 4. Hallie Schumacher, 17. Haley Mervick, 2. Maya Heeb, 18. Ava Lucas, 5. Marissa Merkel, 5. Marley Falcon, averaging 28 a game, only had 6 here tonight, along with Sammy Watson with 10. And finishing it out here with Gracie Watson with 4 for a total of 71. So your final score is 71 Sabres, 26 Mavericks.
Yeah, there's your numbers brought to you by Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads. And Cole, let's run right into our move of the game tonight, brought to you by Spas, etc. Folks at Spas will use their massive inventory and next level sales team to bring a perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room into your home. And it is Spas, etc. in your move of the game. And we talked about this one early on, that it might be a candidate for the move of the game. And you just wonder what's happening. Lucas finds Mervick for the reverse kiss.
Yeah, just moving without the ball, as we mentioned. Did a nice job. Got caught standing around watching, and then whoop, back door.
Yeah, there's your Spas, etc. move of the game for the Legacy Sabres tonight. All right, quick glance at that schedule for the PSP Network as... Well, I was going to talk about the schedule, but I don't have it loaded in this particular view. So, hey, we'll go on to something else. How about that, Cole? Let's go to the MVP of the evening tonight, brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking your best. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. And we thought Maya Heeb might have a chance at this tonight, but all of a sudden the freshman Hadley Shoemaker just came up big for the Sabres.
Yeah, just got on a heater, had 17 points in the game, hit some big threes, and just shot it with confidence. And you saw in the post game there where, how's it feel to play and come off the bench knowing coach got confidence with you? And she's like, I catch, I shoot. Pretty simple. And I mean, don't overthink it sometimes. That's kind of what's nice to have those young athletes coming in here, is they're just like happy to get some playing time, and don't overthink it sometimes. It's kind of positive.
Yeah, she showed range tonight, showed quickness. She showed a lot of good things as a freshman coming in for the Sabres. She's your MVP of the game, brought to you by Sport Clips. checking online with a hairstylist today. All right, there's the week on the PSP Network. You got your action tonight. We'll get you some final scores as we morph into our boys pregame show here in just a second. But you got Jamestown at Minot Girls, of course, Legacy and Dickinson boys doubleheader here tonight. Flasher and Washburn on the network tonight, along with MLS and Surrey. All right, puts a wrap on game one. We'll come back and set the stage for our nightcap tonight. Final score in girls WDA basketball, BNC National Bank scoreboard. It's Legacy 71, Dickinson 26.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Being in business for over 25 years, we've learned a lot about why local matters. Unlike those guys, we take pride in our work and back our tires with our Plus Plan guarantee to get the most out of your tire's lifespan.
Are the tires the same size on all the sides?
We strive to provide great value to our guests and lowest prices guaranteed.
That's not good.
Stop at a trusted tire and auto and get a set of tires from people you know and trust, and will even match those guys.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Ready.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. Today, we give you the power to grow your ideas by building meaningful relationships in the communities we serve. Because it's the same place we started. BNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Back on our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Time and services don't slow you down. 15-minute oil changes. Locations in Minot and Bismarck. Find them online at VIOC.com. Hauser Gymnasium, the venue tonight, what should be a very entertaining boys WDA basketball contest. The Dickinson Mavericks, for crying out loud. That's the fourth time tonight.
It's more than four.
Okay.
We're not counting, though.
Okay, good. Thanks. The Dickinson Mavericks, 4-2 on the campaign, and they square off against the Legacy Sabres, also with a 4-2 overall record. Todd Dahmer's alongside Cole Higland. And let's jump right into these boys' standings, Cole, as Century, Bismarck, Dickinson, Legacy, Minot High is kind of that upper echelon developing right now. Of course, Century and Bismarck High, both with just a single loss between them. And then you can tell right now that this will be one of these kind of early season contests, as Legacy and Dickinson both 2-1 in the conference.
Yeah.
This is one of these kind of change your mojo kind of games.
Yeah, I just think we got to determine what's going to happen here. I mean, obviously you got 90 points a game that Dickinson wants to go out there and score. And I was talking to Coach Horner before. He goes, I just don't want to give up 109.
Like their most recent game?
That's exactly what he said. He's, I just don't want to give up 109 like we did the last week. So, yeah, I mean, it's just like you said, it's going to be two styles differently, and one wants to get up and down and run, and I think you're going to see the Sabres want to run too, but you and I know Coach Horner, and, you know, he has a tendency to take the air out of that ball and run the ball around a little, run that shot clock down and slow everybody down. And, again, that's where the gamesmanship between the coaches got to be figured out.
Yeah, a lot of good teams in the conference. Of course, Dickinson lost their last matchup, 71-64 at Century on Friday night. Legacy lost their last matchup, big 109-80 at Bismarck High. So both teams coming off of a loss. And the aforementioned Century and Bismarck crews both in action tonight. There'll be games we'll be watching on our BNC Bank scoreboard. There's your WDA standings brought to you by Trusted Tire and Auto. Now look at this, top scorers across the state. Tonight brought to you by Jerome's Collision Center, and none other than Boston Cranston. 27 points a night he's chipping in for the Mavericks, and yeah, you're going to see a couple of them tonight. You got Jonathan Rubidoux up over 24 points a game. You got Carter Evanson, the young man from Horace, leading the state. He'll be going to UND. But yeah, every time we show one of these graphics, it's kind of like, yeah, Artie Carlo. There's a lot of good talent in the state and in the league right now.
And that was what I was just going to mention. Artie Carlo, I think, has had a great transition from last year to this year. Just the confidence in the shooting and the ability to just finish in traffic. I mean, he's taken on a whole new role here with that offense with Bismarck High.
Yeah, there's your WDA and EDC leading scorers across the state. And last thing, let's look at that double-A poll. Century, Bismarck, Horace leading the way. Davies and Dickinson rounding out the top five, and then Mandan, Legacy, St. Mary's all receiving votes. So our matchup tonight, number 5 Dickinson against receiving votes Legacy. There's your media poll brought to you by Sport Clips. All right, Cole, time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by Northern Plains Heating and Air. Call Dylan today, 222-2155. Make sure your furnace is ready for winter. Again, Dylan, call him today, 222-2155. All right, for the Dickinson Mavericks, Cole. Hey, we know that their top 5 is really, really, really good, but that's only going to get you so far in a conference like the WDA. So where is the Mavericks, and what's their depth situation going to look like throughout the course of the season, and how do you develop that if you're head coach Dan Glauser?
Well, absolutely. As we mentioned, they want to get up and down. They're averaging 90 points a game, and so when you're doing that, that means you're pressing, you're gambling a little bit, playing the passing lanes, which leads to fouls and turnovers at times. So you got to be careful of those fouls. But as we mentioned, who's going to come in? You got Caleb Pullins averaging 6 a game. You got Paxton Lyson averaging averaging 5.5. You got to figure out who that role player is, but you got to learn to play without foul trouble.
Yep. Got Bollinger as well. I mean, he's got pieces. It's just going to see who's going to step forward and be that depth component for the Mavericks. And for the Legacy Sabres, you kind of touched on it a moment ago, Cole. We saw the Sabres go to Carl Garden and try to run up and down with the Bismarck Demons. Are they going to play that style again tonight against the Mavericks, who scored 90 points a game and like to play that kind of tempo kind of game? Or are we going to see Coach Horner kind of pull the reins back a little bit?
You know, obviously when you play everybody first time during WDA, they're not going to put all their cards out there and show what they're going to do. They're going to just kind of let kids decide. But after you lost against Bismarck High, all these games are crucial, as we know. No one wants to be in that 4 or 5 seed game, and no one wants to be in that 6-7 obviously either. But the 4 or 5 seed's even tougher, because that second round game, you're playing the #1 seed in the WDA. So at the end of the day, they got to just figure out what works for them. And I mean, obviously certain teams you can run and certain teams you can't. And we're going to find out here real quick if they can run with the Mavericks. I almost said.
There's your Northern Plains Heating and Air keys to the game. Starting lineups: Jordan Daychild in the backcourt, along with Dylan Glauser and Boston Cranston for the Dickinson Mavericks. Front line is Nate Stevenson. He's a double-double machine for the Mavs. And Cameron Wolf, the big 6'5" senior. So Mavericks will roll out 4 seniors and a junior in the starting 5 for 11th-year head coach Dan Glauser. For the Legacy Sabres and their 11th-year head coach Jason Horner, they'll go like this. Braxton Ruff is your starting senior guard, joined in the backcourt by Brody Weigel. 3-guard lineup includes another senior, Jack Juleson. Big man in the middle is Jonathan Rubidoux, big 6'8" senior, and Micaiah Berryhill is a forward at 6 foot. So the Sabres will start 5 seniors, again, for head coach Jason Horner. Legacy's won 7 of the last 10 versus the Dickinson Mavericks. Legacy has won 8 straight against Dickinson at Hausler Gymnasium. Last win for the Mavericks/Midgets in this gym was back in 2016-17, when you had a guy by the name of Anand Moody patrolling for the Dickinson Midgets.
That's been a few years.
Yeah.
Well, nice to see how these officials adjust too, as they did a doubleheader here in that girls game, kind of a slower pace game. Now, as you mentioned, this is going to get up and down. They got to adjust too.
Thanks again to Valvoline and Snow Change for bringing you our pregame show, and we are underway from Hausler tonight. Mavericks come out man-to-man. Rubidoux with Stevenson on him. Braxton Ruff against a man-to-man set. Berryhill likes a 3 from the right side, no good. Rebound tracked down by Juleson. Second chance Sabres. Juleson to the rack attack, but it falls off.
Yeah, you're just seeing the attack there, but they're being very patient on offense.
Wolf rebounds, gets it off to Glauser, and here come the Mavericks. Getting that Texas uniform. Cranston tries to drop it down low to Daychild. Down to 10 to shoot as Glauser locks and loads and rings it up from the left wing.
Yeah, that's good. Good offense there and knocking down that first open shot. Again, confidence on the road. Need to knock down these jump shots early.
Post touch for Rubidoux. They let him play one-on-one, and he goes big boy basketball.
Yeah, he bully bowled that way in. Rubidoux averaging almost 27 a game.
Yeah, 2 teams that can score the basketball. 90 points a game for the Mavericks. Yeah, get a little shove foul there on Brody Weigel. That'll be his first. Officially, the Mavericks 90.0. Legacy 80.3 on the season.
Yeah, I guess right now, you know, Legacy and Horner, they're really just making the extra pass, rotating the ball a couple times, not taking the quick shot right away, where you're going to see the Mavericks and Gloucester's thought is, you're open, shoot it, let's go.
Now Rubidoux in the passing lane. We actually had somebody tell us that they were leaving the gymnasium and they're going to go watch St. Mary's and Bismarck High tonight because they're going to tune us in later on tonight.
Nice.
How awesome is that?
Maybe they can turn it on at work too tomorrow.
That is the beauty of the YouTube platform, as Wolf couldn't hit it from downtown. Rebound yanked out of there by Juleson. Back come the Sabres in their white uniforms outlined in the Vegas gold. The Texas Orange was the moniker I was looking for earlier.
And just like how Legacy's got all 5 kids outside the paint, Rubidoux just kind of floats around, looks for that shot.
Rubidoux can make that, instead steps in. Ruff shovels it. Juleson had his pocket picked. And loose ball. Breigel's got to shoot it, but that was blocked. Shot clock violation. Oh, they can't just give up the basketball. And well, Weigel just laid it in.
I was confused on that because it didn't hit the rim, and I'm trying to figure out if the Mavericks grabbed the ball and then play on.
As with a strong move there, Nate Stevenson. How about that? You don't see that every day.
No, I'm still confused.
Well, I got a replay of it, so we'll get a chance.
That's what Gloucester's arguing too, is that the horn sounds, the ball's dead.
Roubidou wanted it from the left corner. Gloucester rebounds. Stevenson into attack mode. Goes to the spin cycle and the fade, no short. And we're going to get a rebound foul on somebody. It's going to go against Weigel, and that's going to be his second.
Yep, he's coming out.
5-4 in your BNC Bank scoreboard. The Mavericks lead it. BNC Bank, they make managing money easy because your life's busy. You can find them online at bnc.bank.
Josh Link checks in the game, the 6'2" sophomore.
That night's game also brought to you in part by Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you at MSU. Cranston off a screen. Defense flies by. He can shoot it. No, that one's short. Link couldn't complete the rebound, and they say it goes off of Legacy out of bounds. We can tell you today's game brought to you in part by Planet Pizza. 25 years, the largest laser tag playground, the best pizza. Call them now at 701-852-1700 at Planet Pizza. Cranston, bingo.
Yeah, Cranston missed the easy one. He was wide open on the left wing and then coming off to his left shoulder, turning. That's a tough move for lefty.
And now Legacy with a little giveaway. Dickinson likes it, run it right back at you, and Stevenson puts it home.
Yeah, Stevenson, as you said, is just aggressive, averaging 16 a game, 6'2" junior.
And now Cranston with a steal. And how about that little run here early on for the Dickinson Mavericks? Cranston with a couple hoops. Stevenson sandwich was in between there. It's a First International Bank and Trust timeout here on the floor. 14:51 to play first half. Dickinson 14 and Legacy 4. Here's that steal and conversion by the Mavericks.
This pages in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
Oh, the Legacy Sabres had the turnover bug. Nate Stevenson just took it away and laid it home.
Yeah, they came out in that full court press here, just speeding the game up a little bit. And again, Sabres just turning the ball over.
Link gets it down low. Roubidou couldn't finish it, went up and got it. Shot fake, and he's fouled there by Cameron Wolf.
Yeah, Roubidou stayed with that shot, but that first shot used the backboard. You know, you're 6'7". Don't have to do the featherly off the rim. Use that backboard and kind of use that balance. You got a little contact in there, but going to the free throw line.
Sabres kind of some lackadaisical turnovers right now is created for some runouts for the Dickinson Mavericks. Mavericks have checked in some of that bench we talked about earlier. Tatum Bollinger, as Legacy sends in Brody Shepard and Weston Kraft as well, as Roubidou made the first one from the Serb Pro stripe, the big 6'8" fella with a good shooting touch, made them both.
Yeah, a 73% shooter, knocked down both here tonight. Again, as we mentioned, averaging 27 a game.
And back come the Mavericks. Wolf fires it up top. Gloucester down the right side of the lane. Extra pass, Bollinger firing it up for three. No good there for Nate Stevenson.
Well, what the Mavericks are doing on offense is really getting Legacy out of control. You see they're turning their back on their defensive player, not seeing ball man, and they're just got their back, not even knowing where people are moving. And then next thing you know, we got mismatches, and Roubidou, they've been pulling him out of that paint, so it opens up driving lanes.
14-6 Mavericks on top. Kraft in the middle of the paint. Berryhill, no, short. Roubidou battling. Backing his way in, no.
Yeah, he was creating space, and Gloucester wanted an offensive foul there as he lowered his shoulder, kind of created that opening.
Cranston in transition, no. Roubidou rebounds. I like kind of how they're letting Roubidou and Wolf play down there.
Yeah.
And Stevenson's been checking him quite a bit too. Weston Kraft, Legacy likes to get those those paint touches. Berryhill with a couple crossovers. Rubidoux inside out. Shepard, yes, sir.
That was nice inside out basketball there where Rubidoux kind of backed him down. They went for the double team, kicked it out to Shepard. He knocked it down as he's 8 for 21 in the season with the 3-point line.
Yeah, Brody Shepard's got a good shooting touch. Cranston, crafty, threw it off of the grill of Shepard. Somehow it gets into the hands of Wolf. He goes to the banging game. No, couldn't hit it with the left.
Yeah, he did that spin move. Take one more dribble and get a little closer to the rim.
Back comes Legacy. Down by 5 with the Sabres. Both teams been man-to-man throughout.
We've been talking about the depth of the Mavericks, basically playing 2 guys off the bench. Tired legs, look like they're getting that second breath here right now.
Stevenson with another rebound off of the Shepard miss. Check that the Berryhill miss. And you're going to get Weston Kraft. A little riding time there for the Sabres. Advance today's game brought to you in part by the UPS store, located on South Broadway in Minot, in the Marketplace Foods Plaza. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Today's game also brought to you in part by Farstead Oil. Wholesale fuel, mobile lubricant, DEF needs. Been doing it since 1938. It's Farstead Oil.
Tristan Orton and Tatum Bollinger checked in for the Mavericks.
Sabres go to the double team, and in the passing lane is Kraft. Cooper Johnson to Link. Legacy shows no signs of wanting to slow it down. Oh, Link had that spin off.
Just are not shooting the ball very well here the first half, getting good looks.
Cranston, the headman pass up ahead to Bollinger, and here comes the Mavs. A little slip of the screen by Bollinger, extra pass, Glazer, bang!
Yeah, I just shot that with confidence. His second 3 here tonight. 5 of 17 in the season, 2 here tonight.
Link's pass is tipped. Kraft, sideline fast break. Shepard, oh, wide open is Rubidoux.
Yeah, and I like when things run through Shepard's hands here right now. He's just being creative, and Rubidoux's moving without the ball. Last time Rubidoux kicked it out to Shepard, now Shepard gives it back to Rubidoux.
Skip pass to Orton. He launches from deep. No, how about Bollinger? Oh man, this kid's tough. Listen to this story about Tatum Bollinger. Ranch kid that he'll drive his dually truck with a flatbed diesel to practice and just let that baby run for the whole practice when it's cold outside.
$3 a gallon, let her run. We're in oil country.
17-11. Mavericks have it in the hands of Orton. Mavericks lead by 6. Cranston to his strong hand. Leaves it outside for a 3 ball there for Daychild. No good. Shepard tips a rebound to Link. Link got deep. And Legacy now slows it down momentarily until Brody Shepard yanks one from downtown. How about that play by Juleson?
Oh, nice offensive rebound.
Couldn't finish it in the middle of the lane on the pull-up.
God, they're getting good looks, and Rubidoux's out right now, so like who's gonna run the offense both inside and out?
Daychild with the eyebrow fakes. Legacy double teams him. Orton open from straight on. No, wide right on the 3. Cooper Johnson got tangled up on a box out, and the whistle, I think, is going to go against the Sabres, as the Zebras will have a little convention. I think it's going on Cooper Johnson the way it looks. Or it's going to go on Cranston. Oh, it's going on Boston Cranston.
I mean, it was a kind of a cluster in there to begin with, so I don't know what. Oh, they said he pulled him back.
Advance today's game also brought to you in part by Bones Barbecue Sauce. Find it at your local grocery store, Cashwise Marketplace, or Family Fare. North Dakota original, good on ribs to burgers to veggies. Legacy breaks pressure, and into the front court they come with under 11 to play first half. Shepard, right corner. Kraft, way up top. Cooper Johnson in the corner, steps in, buries over the defense, and that's an offensive foul.
That's a good call, just got a little too deep there. Lowered his shoulder, obviously good position on the Mavericks there to take an offensive foul.
Yeah, how about that there's our guy again, the diesel truck runner.
I want to know where Chuck
Bollinger
got that information from. How do you know a guy leaves his truck running?
He's got all kinds of sources, man. True cowboy that rides some bulls in the spring and fall. 17-11. Mavericks on top, still by 6 as the scoring has slowed momentarily here. Orton tried to bounce it down low, but a lot of traffic in there for Cameron Wolf, and that's taken away by Legacy. Juleson, the MSU Moorhead football commit, is just kind of throwing his body around right now for Legacy, and he got fouled that time.
Yeah, just creating that double team, but Horner obviously got Rubidoux on the bench a little longer than I would probably put him out there, but trying to see how they can score without him on the bench there and kind of set the tone here and get something going. As you know, Shepard comes in, was aggressive right away.
Sabres, safety valve it in way up top. Shepard with a tough take. Hits the deck hard, contested there by the 6'5" Wolf. Stevenson to the block. Cranston dribbled it off his foot.
Mavericks have had great opportunities here down here, but gone 3 possessions now without a score. So now, I mean, when you get these possessions, the opportunities there, you got to be able to take care of the ball, especially Cranston, such an elite scorer here, as we know, averaging 30 a game. Very unlikely here to dribble it off his foot.
Coach Horner heard you, and he got Rubidoux in just in time.
A good no-look pass, and Rubidoux just knows how to move out the ball. And again, I like him starting in the paint. And again, that was a fast break, but just in the half-court offense, put him on the block, get the double teams, kick it out, and then float out.
Wolf to Stevenson, to the spin cycle to Orton. Now Daychild. Oh, what a find for Stevenson, laid it home.
Yeah, good look, got his head up. Nate Stevenson again moving out the ball, got a quick 8 in the ball game.
Dickinson back on top by 6. Now, who can forget this matchup with these two teams last year? Legacy won the 2 regular season contests before the the Mavericks returned the favor.
They were midgets last year.
In the WDA state qualifier. Juleson for 3. Tipped by Berryhill, cleared by Wolf. Wolf with a head of steam, and that's going to be a block.
Yeah.
Braxton Ruff was doing the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and Cameron Wolf will shoot a couple. Let's get a look at that one on your Ryan Family Dealership replay.
Yeah, Wolf just coming down the court, and again, just inside that protected circle there.
Yeah, good to have the folks at Ryan Family Dealership bringing you our instant replays. Find them online at driveryan.com or visit one of their 5 locations in Williston and Minot. As Wolf couldn't hit the first one from the Serb Pro stripe.
And Cameron Wolf shooting at 87% from the free throw line this year and missed the first. Averages almost 17 a game, has not scored here yet tonight.
Cameron Wolf also a kid that runs cross country, plays baseball, and he knocks down 1 of 2.
Well, we were wondering in pregame of how the Legacy Sabres and Horner is going to run with Dickinson or not, and really it's hard to tell. They've kind of done a little bit of both.
Braxton Ruff gets a screen and turns the corner.
Yeah, that's just a poor defensive rotation there on the Mavericks, not seeing the weak side, not yelling help, and giving up an easy drive lane.
Wolf's got good handles as a big man. Finds Stevenson down low, missed it, got it back, put it in.
Yeah, Stevenson's got a big body. 6'2" junior, he probably weighs about $190.
Football quarterback that had over 2,000 yards for the Mavericks this fall. Yeah, he's a physical kid. And the Sabres down by 7. Berryhill pulls it up, missed everything. Stevenson, the chairman of the boards right now for the Mavs. He'll now bring it up. Wide open Glazer. Defense flies out at him. Extra pass. Just into the contest. Bingo! Mavericks get a 3 from Paxton Lyson.
Well, I just like the fact that Glazer has hit 2 threes, put it on the floor, and created a shot.
Lyson's the new microwave.
Yeah, he's 6 of 15 from the 3-point line, now 7 of 16.
Shepard got deep. Juleson, yes! He answers the 3 ball.
Juleson looked like he was behind the backboard there, way on the baseline, had a tough angle and drilled it.
That's one of those shots you kind of like to give Juleson, but he's improved that shooting here. Cranston goes to the step back. No. Rebound, Lyson. Stevenson, bully ball.
He just is creative and a way to find the bucket. Got 12 already in the first half.
Berryhill, kick out Shepard. The pace has freshened. Braxton Wolf wants it from downtown. No. Rebound, Wolf.
You know, I mentioned it earlier. You got 6'7" Rubidoux. Again, run that half court through him in the low block.
Extra pass wide open. Glauser. No, too strong. Wolf on the weak side.
Yeah, that's a hustle play that Horner's not going to put up with.
And a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Coach Horner and Legacy wants to talk about it. 6:54 to play first half. Dickinson 29, Legacy 18. And here's that latest bully ball move by Nate Stevenson of the Mavs.
Since 2000, engineers at Ackerman Esvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Esvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
At GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready? Break.
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyon, said hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
Oh, the Mavericks with another takeaway, and it turns into Glauser with a run out.
Yeah, Glauser's got 8 in the ball game. Again, just this pressure that the Mavericks are putting on Legacy here. It's kind of similar to what happened against Bismarck High.
Link air jacks a 3. Cooper Johnson saves it. Legacy a little out of sorts right now.
Oh, Mavericks just rotating really well in the defensive end, and nice.
Out of sorts until Cooper Johnson just cranks one in.
He's like, what are you talking about, Cole? You don't know. We can score. No, I mean, just the rotation on defense that the Mavericks had right now, just quicker to the ball.
Glauser with about 6 or 7 bounces, and then he's fouled.
Yeah, that's just a tough one for Josh Link there. That where's Glauser going, trying to create something, get bailed out.
And Dylan Glauser step to the free throw line, the 6'2 senior. Have a couple from the Serb Pro stripe. This, of course, is Father Dan's the coach. Brother Damon played for the then Midgets a couple years ago.
I like Dylan's little the flow.
He's got the flow.
I couldn't grow that, but he's got the flow going out there. Kind of got the Fletch. 6'2" with the afro.
Cans both of them, the Serb Pro stripe. And it's the Mavericks with their biggest lead of the contest, 33-21. With 6:07 to play first half. I swear, I think if you're Legacy, the offense got to run through Big John.
Yeah, you just got to get him on that post, get him a post feed, get a double.
Cooper Johnson short. Rubidou.
I can't imagine they're going to play Rubidou straight up in the post, so they're going to double. Someone's got to come up and get shooters on the weak side, move without the ball, get the double team, look opposite.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a situation where if you're running into trouble, I mean, you got a guy that's averaging 22 points a game in Johnny Rubidou, and so, hey, run the offense through him a little bit once in a while.
He's got 6 points, or excuse me, he's got 8 points, 2 from the free throw line, so you like to see that guy getting about 6 free throws every half, being aggressive.
Stevenson forcing the issue.
Yeah, that's 14 in the ball game for Stevenson. Again, all in the paint, just doing that dirty work. Averages 16.5, got 14 already.
Legacy has had no answer for Big Nate here in the first half. Rubidou, shot fake from the three-point line, and he drives and scores.
Yeah, I mean, just a nice taking on that, senior leadership, the 6'8", trying to figure out and try to will the way back here, but I don't like him on Stevenson right now. As you can see the difference here, he's got 14 in the game.
Stevenson to the right block. Orton reverses it, and he throws it right to Jacoby Lloyd on the Legacy bench. Good hands for Coach Jacoby.
Well, we talked about Boston Cranston averaging 30 a game, got 5 here so far, subbed back into the ball game, and sometimes when you're that scorer, you want to press a little bit here and, you know, not necessarily take bad shots, but you're going to take some maybe out of the offense that you normally wouldn't run, trying to get your scoring back.
Juleson for an 18-footer for Cooper Johnson. No. Stevenson with another rebound. He's closing in on a double-double already. Now he goes to the crossover. Orton thought about it. Now he gets into the teeth and taken away.
Yeah, Orton got too deep there. If he's going to get that deep, go up strong or dribble it back out.
Nice play there by Aiden Schmidt, who just checked on for Legacy. He's not even on the scoring book right there, Cole. I just remembered him from a couple games ago. Now Schmidt into the teeth of the lane, got it back, and his pass tipped.
Schmidt getting in the ball game, doing everything here. Huh? Can't be more than 5'6", 5'7", going up against the trees, getting that offensive rebound.
As Cooper Johnson settles and triggers it in for Legacy. Oh, Juleson faked the handoff. Gets it outside. Yes! Aiden Schmidt knocks it down.
Aiden Schmidt coming off the bench. No stats for us for him, but knocks down a three like he's been here before.
Played in the Mandan Holiday Tournament last year for the Legacy JV. That's how I knew that kid. Oh, how about that play by Cooper Johnson?
Cooper Johnson coming off the bench, having a nice roll here, the 6'1" sophomore.
Oh, but then Cooper trying to hit a streaking Weston Kraft, and it's not enough spacing for that play to be successful.
Well, I think, you know, Coach Horner's got to be pretty happy. Cut it to 9 here right now. Not necessarily scoring on the offensive end like he probably wanted. But overall, you know, he's kind of starting to settle down this defense here, slowing it down on the defensive end, making it a little harder for the Mavericks.
Screen and roll for Cranston. Got to the strong hand, and he crawls one in.
Yeah, he just has that innate ability to just kind of use that left hand, and he's just got that herky-jerky move, and all those lefties just seem to shoot it.
Yeah, he can score in a lot of different ways, can Boston Cranston. Obviously, you're averaging up around 30 points a game. Juleson with a quick first step. Layup good for Weston Kraft.
Yeah, nice extra pass there by Juleson to Kraft, inside out.
I like what Juleson's been doing here in the first half for Legacy.
Yeah, he's just making things happen. I mean, sometimes you can't rely on your offense. You got to just take what the defense gives you, and he's finding gaps and making the extra pass.
Dickinson had sent in Caleb Pullins, and he was posting up on Aiden Schmidt. It's going to be a hold on Schmidt and Legacy. And it'll send Caleb Pullins to the free throw line for the Mavericks. Advance today's game also brought to you in part by Val's Cyclery. Downtown Minot since 1960. You got e-bikes, sharpening center, and a fitness center at Val's Cyclery. Pullins from the serve pro stripe. He's shooting a 1-and-1. No, too strong. Legacy had a good box out, but nobody grabbed the rebound. Bollinger almost had that, and then Cranston with a little nickel and dimer at the timeline. Yeah, we mentioned the last Dickinson High win in this gymnasium was in the 2016-17 season, back when Anand Moody was starring for Dickinson. So it's been a while. Mavericks looking to right that. They lead by 9. Back door as Rubidou misfires, looking for Kraft.
Again, you got your 6'8" post, top of the key, running your offense. Again, good play, back door. You know, the weak side was rotating over, just an oversight. But again, run him out of the offense, out of that block, then roll him out.
Pullen sets it from the 28-foot line. Bollinger. Leeson tries to drop it inside, and it's taken away by Legacy. Shepard fires it over to Juleson. Winding his way through the defense. Kraft rebound, score! Count it! And one!
Oh, just a great move by Juleson, but then here you are, Weston Kraft with that offensive rebound put back for the three-point play.
Yeah, Juleson again attacking. It clears the space for Kraft to come in there and mop it up. He'll be shooting one from the serve pro stripe.
Kraft is shooting 50% from the free throw line on the season.
And the broadcaster jinx in full effect.
We got 2 minutes to go here in this first half. You know, obviously 7-point lead. It was 14 at one point.
Leeson, his pass tipped. Pullins to the block. Quick reversal now. Poked away by Kraft, and then Kraft gave him a little bit too much. It's going to be 16 fouls on Legacy. No, I beg your pardon. That's going to be double bonus time. Or excuse me, 9 team fouls on Legacy. There have been 6 if it had been on the Mavericks, so it'll be Leeson shooting a 1-on-1. Yeah, from the Serve Pro stripe, with 1:51 to play in our first half, and your BNC Bank scoreboard, Dickinson leading by 7. Leeson, no. Had to make one to get one, couldn't do it. Link rebounds, and here comes the Sabres. Straight away, Schmidt. Oh, welcome to the party, Aiden Schmidt.
He's got 2 threes here already in the first half. Again, didn't even have him on a roster to start with, but the little guy just coming off the bench. Horner's got confidence in him, and he's just coming out firing.
Cameron Wolf double teamed. Rubidoux almost had a takeaway. Now they're digging in there on the Sabres. Glazer lucky to get out of duress. Wide open, Leeson, and he knocks it down.
Wow, it just seems like the Mavericks got to answer for it every single time. That's Leeson's second three-pointer here in the first half.
Shepard got in deep as it's back to a 7-point lead. Legacy had cut it to 4. Juleson had Rubidoux posting up, now on a pick and pop. Rubidoux spins to the strong hand and scores.
Got to get him going the other way up on the Mavericks, but Rubidoux's finally getting in the scoring column.
Under a minute to play first half. Glazer still in attack mode. Sabres double team, and it's taken away.
Well, guess who's down in that corner down there? Aiden Schmidt, just Mr. Hustle, just Charlie Hustle doing everything. He was on the ground earlier on the other end. Now he's on the ground on this end. Hit 2 3-pointers, just playing a lot of emotion. And I guess the kids are feeding off, his teammates are.
Hey, man, sometimes you need an Energizer bunny.
And Horner put him in and giving him the trust and say, here's the reins, son, go get it.
Well, he's giving him a head tap. Let's go screen and roll with Rubidoux. Schmidt.
He had a wide open shot.
Shepard. Oh, it went out the scoreboard and in, or score clock, I beg your pardon, and in.
Oh, the good pick and roll out there. Spread them out.
Watch this one on your Ryan Family Dealership replay. It gets waved off. Shepard would have made it a 2-point game, but it went up the shot clock, and then it dropped in. And now the shot clock gets turned off. Mavs by 5. Wolf from the right side. Or excuse me, Stevenson from the right side. Wolf up top. Wolf looks to turn and burn. No, it rims off. Schmidt had a hand on a rebound, taken away by Bullinger, leaves it for Stevenson, and he gets hit.
Wow, this is physicality right there. Schmidt had the defensive rebound, excuse me, a lot of contact there. And Tatum Bullinger, your cowboy, took it away.
Yep. And the Mavs can end the first half in style with maybe a couple made free throws here as high arcing rainbow for Stevenson just adds to his big tally here in the first half.
And Stevenson shooting 80% on the season. Got, let's see, 15 in the game already. Season is 16 per game, and he's already got 15 in the ball game, looking for his 16th.
Now look at the scoring column for the Mavericks. Stevenson's been doing the heavy lifting, and you got nice first halves for Glazer and Cranston, but it's been Nate Stevenson. Misses the second. Cooper Johnson quickly back to the rack attack. Count it.
Oh, he just went to his offhand, his left hand, and just kind of took the contact and hung in the air. As you see him kind of hezzy, went left, took the body contact hard, and just finished off the glass for the and one. Again, you got to stop that ball and keep him out of the paint, push him to the sideline, especially with 2.3 seconds left in the game.
And Cooper Johnson with the serve pro stripe looking for the and one. Free throw up, no. Back rim, tipped, Cooper Johnson fires, no. Had to hurry it with the first half clock waning down. And our Jerome's Collision Center halftime report comes up next. A 4-point lead for the Mavericks from Dickinson at the break. 41-37 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. This is WDA Basketball on the PSP Network.
Is is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
When facing disaster, it's not just the things we lose, but the memories. But there's hope. ServPro, with decades of experience in Minot and Bismarck, is always ready. Our certified professionals don't just restore homes, they rebuild lives. Because to us, you're not just a client, you're family.
Breathe in. I can't believe I wrecked my car. There's some things in life we can't control. But what's important is how we respond. At Jerome's Collision Center, they provide the highest quality of service, assuring the job gets done stress-free and making it feel like a breath of fresh air. And to give you peace of mind, they handle the insurance. Are you even a therapist? Don't worry about it. Jerome's, they're the experts. Jerome's.
Back at halftime here in New Jerome's Collision Center. Halftime report. Mavericks from Dickinson lead by 4. There you get a look at JC Centennial Park on Century Avenue in Bismarck. Got a little skating pond there. Had the dog out on there. It was taken on New Year's Day. You got the rink here. Some folks sharpening their hockey skills at the warming house. And the first runs down the sledding hill for 2026.
got the Red Rider going down there.
Coming right down the slope. As there's a look at the JC Centennial Park in North Bismarck. All right, fans, we're back inside of Hausler Gymnasium. Man, just kind of what we thought, Cole, in that first half, an entertaining brand of basketball. I love the start for the Mavericks, but Legacy, I don't know if they ever got to a standing 8 count, but they found something later in that first half.
Well, and his name was Aiden Schmidt, come off the bench there and just had 6 points, but it wasn't just the 2 3-pointers he hit there. It was the hustle, getting on the floor, making the extra pass, getting some offensive rebounds, and then people started feeding off of his energy, and that's kind of what Horner needs sometimes is when things just kind of get a little stagnant, you got to find that extra fire, and that was in Aiden Schmidt, who come off the bench along with Cooper Johnson, just same way. It just had instant energy, but Legacy was down 14 at one point. And then they cut it to 4, and now we're back up to 4 again. And it went from 4 back to 9, back down to 4. So just back and forth. But they grinded it out. They didn't panic. He sat some guys probably a little longer than he wanted to kind of show this is how you got to work and get after it. But then Roubidou, as we mentioned, got 12 in the game. Really had a slow start, but again, credit the defense that I thought. Mavericks are known for their 90 points a game, but giving up 70. But I thought that defensively they did a nice job out there.
Jerome's Collision Center halftime report. Their focus is to get your vehicle back on the road. They've been doing it since 1975. 701-852-5126. Schedule your collision repair or other service. It's their specialty at Jerome's Collision Center. They value you and your car. All right, Cole, let's run through those first half numbers brought to you by Jerome's, and I'll roll some halftime highlights here on the PSP Network.
Well, as we mentioned, the Dickinson Mavericks averaging 90 a game, got 41 here at half, so a little below their average to get there at 45, but they're well on pace. Dylan Glauser has 10. Boston Cranston, who I mentioned, averaging 30 a game, has held to 8 so far. Nate Stevenson, the leading scorer, with 15, along with Paxton Leeson, with 6, 2 3-pointers there. And then you got Cameron Wolf, the 6'5" senior, with 3 points here in the ballgame. For the Legacy Sabres, Braxton Ruff with 2, Brody Weigel with 2. He got picked up 2 fouls earlier. Jackson Julison's got 3 in the game, but has done a nice job just kind of distributing the ball, creating double teams, and finding the open player. And then Jonathan Roubidou, as we mentioned, leading the way with 12. Brody Shepard coming off the bench. Instant offense with 3. Weston Kraft with 4. Cooper Johnson with 4. And again, Mr. Hustle. Aiden Schmidt, 6. Again, just kind of brought that extra energy and firepower to off the bench here for the Legacy Sabres and kind of got him back into the ballgame.
Yeah, I think if you're a Legacy, you're going to find something. How you going to defend Nate Stevenson a little better in the second half here, as he got loose often for the Dickinson Mavericks.
Well, I think if you saw the shot chart where he was at, everything was in the paint. You know, he's just backdoor offensive rebounds, just uses that strength and his ability to kind of just get down there. So either you got to figure out that length that you're going to put on him or kind of match him with strength on strength and kind of keep him out of the paint. But again, it's not an easy task to do.
Yeah, we mentioned that Legacy's won 8th Street versus Dickinson in this gym. Legacy swept last year, but in the regular season, the Mavericks returned the favor in the WDA state qualifier. Dickinson winning 73-52 over Legacy last March. BNC scoreboard updates for the boys' side. In WDA basketball, Minot leading Jamestown at the end of the first half, 48-25. And, of course, you got the score here. You got Bismarck High leading St. Mary's 30-16 about midway through the first half. Those are the only games reporting on your ND score feed tonight. Thanks again to Jerome's Collision Center for bringing you our halftime report. And our second half comes up next. Dickinson on top, 41-37 here at the break.
Approach at Legacy Financial Partners is a personal relationship. Our unique and collaborative approach to financial planning starts with your dreams, not just the numbers. We will work with you regularly to take action to update your plan as your needs evolve, recommending products and services that are right for your situation.
Spas Etc., Bismarck's #1 hot tub and sauna dealer, brings luxury and wellness straight to your home. Discover top brands, Sundance Hot Tubs and Michael Phelps Swim Spas that deliver not just relaxation, but real therapeutic benefits. Right now, save up to $5,000 or enjoy up to 72 months interest-free financing. Visit us today at 1420 East Main Avenue in Bismarck and experience the best deals for yourself.
This week's PSP Network Player Performance of the Week, powered by the Aggie Foundation and Mountain State University. Congratulations to this week's nominees on Big Time Games. The votes are in, and this week's Player Performance of the Week belongs to
the scoop. No, he went up and got it. Now, thanks again to Jerome's for bringing you our halftime report. The Legacy on top, Dickinson on top, 41-37. Todd Darmy's alongside Cole Higglin back at Hauser Gymnasium, northeast side of Bismarck. Good to have you tuned into the PSP Network tonight. I'd like to promote local athletes as Legacy has the first possession of the second half. Clear out a side for Braxton Ruff. Ruff, who's also out there for Rubidoux, has to tiptoe the timeline. Weigel, Juleson, Berryhill out there as well. Brody Weigel, post up Rubidoux. No double team comes. He spins into a shot, no good. Went and got it back. Tried to shovel it to Weigel, stolen away.
Yeah, just too much passing. Be a little more selfish there.
Oh, Cranston had an opportunity for an and one on the other end.
Well, we talked about after halftime, and I pointed down to the whole team of the Legacy Sabres walking out after halftime. I don't know if they got the browbeating or the motivational speech, but they didn't walk out like the Mavericks did. The Mavericks come out running, and the Legacy Sabres kind of just came out flat-footed and just kind of walking, and just really no sense of urgency to get them out there and play.
Foul on Legacy's Jack Juleson from the Serve Pro stripe. Cranston goes 1-2, but there's the chairman of the boards again. Stevenson kicks it out to Glauser. He operates to the right block. Now Daychild has Braxton Ruff over there lobbying and saying it was tipped.
And Coach Glauser is talking to Cameron Wolf there. When the ball gets reversed, ball fake it and go down the lane. Don't just quick reverse.
Daychild has it back for the Mavs. Dickinson leads by 5. Post up to Wolf. Tipped away by Rubidoux.
Seems like both teams are just a little tight here coming out that second half, where, as we mentioned, wanting to get up and run, and now they're just going to be a little more controlled, a little more methodical on their offense.
Hey fans, the Aggie Foundation brings you today's game. Cranston leaning in.
Just has that innate ability, again, just not a huge leaper, but gets up and be able to use his body.
Scored his 1,000th point earlier this season. An accomplished scorer for the Mavericks. Gives Dickinson a 7-point lead. Rubidoux almost had his pocket picked. They're helping off of Juleson. Now Juleson steps into the lane. Got it on the kiss.
Thought they was going to get a foul there on Boston Cranston. They kind of leaned in a little bit. But again, why are we playing Juleson for the jump shot? Play off him. He's been penetrating pretty well here tonight.
Glauser with the rack attack.
And Glauser got 12 in the ball game. Averages 9.5. Had 10 in the first half. Got his first points here. The second with 12.
Both teams looking to get downhill as Weigel lost it. Wolf to a streaking Stevenson.
That was just a nice pass there by Wolf, and just nice chest pass, 3/4 court, put it on him and got an easy bucket.
17 for Nate Stevenson. He's been a man amongst boys in this contest. 2 minutes into the second half, open is Ruff. Legacy could use it, and Braxton Ruff delivers it.
Yeah, they needed that knockdown.
And now Ruff, a little too frisky in the backcourt. How about that pose for Coach Horner there?
Well, again, it was 4-point at half, got it to 9, now back to 6. Again, just can't get over that hump for Legacy here.
And we mentioned that Aggie Foundation. You can learn about their charitable work at theaggiefoundation.com. Dickinson by 6 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Mavericks lead with 15:40 to play. Oh, about that back door to Cranston.
Oh, that's a nice overplay there. As again, the scorer, you're trying to deny him the ball, got beat back door, and just a nice backdoor pass.
Barry Hill to the spin cycle. Juleson with an eyebrow fake. Legacy, Rubidou tries to split into a double team, and that's going to be a jump ball, and the arrow will belong to the team in Texas Orange.
Yeah, I don't know if Coach Glasser made any adjustments, but Cameron Wolf is not following Juleson out to the three-point line, knowing that he's a penetration or just a driver, kind of helping on those penetrations from other guys now.
A couple minutes into the second half. Good to have you tuned into the PSP Network tonight. We have John Haugen, Aaron Wald producing. Oh, they double team Cranston. They try to get it to Daychild. Loose basketball. How about that hustle? You got 1, 2, 3, 4-car pile up there. And the arrow now belongs to Legacy.
Yeah, just the momentum's there. It's just Legacy got to get over that hump again. Back down to 8. Just cannot get over that hump. To get 4 has been the number so far. They've got it close to close it out, but
it feels like one of those games where the next run might win it. Free throw line pull up, little flashlight jumper for Kraft. Rubidou gives Legacy a second chance.
Go quick.
They double team off a Weigel, inside out basketball. Rubidou kept it alive. Daychild clears it up ahead. Wolf behind the back, shot faking. Stevenson scoring, no, too strong.
Yeah, Rubidou's got a goal on the block. He's getting double teamed, and if you wait for that double team to see what's going to happen, you don't have any opportunity. So catch and go quick.
Cameron Wolf in transition had a hand on Jack Juleson. Hey fans, today's game brought to you in part by the UPS store located on South Broadway in Minot. They're there for all your packing and shipping needs. Planet Pizza brings you today's game. They deliver 701-852-1700. Get the best pizza in the Magic City. And today's game also brought to you in part by Minot State University as Jonathan Rubidou has his first 2 of the second half.
Tatum Bollinger checks in for the Mavericks.
Back to a 6-point game. Glaser from way downtown. No. Pretty good box out there by Legacy. Yeah. Sideline fast break up to Kraft. Juleson rejects the screen, gets downhill, and on the way in, he gets leaned on, and it'll be a foul on the Mavs.
At some point, somebody from the Mavericks got to learn to just give him 2-3 feet of room. He's got a quick first step. He's a strong kid that kind of splits that defense, creates double teams, and he does a nice job of making that extra pass. But if he's not going to knock down jump shots, he's got 1-3 that he's hit here tonight, but give up a couple jump shots, see what's going to happen.
Screen and roll with Juleson and Rubidou. Post up now for Big John. Back out to Juleson. No, he thought he had it. Little long, rebound Bollinger. Glaser fires it over to Cranston, got it.
Yeah, Cranston isn't going to give that up, but just a nice transition. This guy's eyes wide open on a 3-on-1 fast break.
That's the one thing that they don't give Boston Cranston enough for is his athleticism.
Oh yeah, he took some contact there, was able to kind of foul, but he gets up and down the court.
Yep, he's got that kind of lanky frame. Being left-handed is worth an extra 5 points as Weston Kraft delivers from deep.
Western Kraft's got 6 in the game, averaging only 3 on the season.
Back and forth we go. Dickinson stretches it out. Legacy hangs around. Cranston, Daychild from downtown.
That's Daychild's first points here tonight.
Well, Legacy's supporting cast came up big late in the first half, and now the Midgets, Mavericks supporting cast answering the bell. Yeah, if you're home and frustrated about me saying the wrong name all night, guess how frustrated I am.
We could make some kind of game at home over this every time you say the word.
A game. Yeah. We'd be needing to call 911 if we were having that kind of game. Mavericks have stretched it out to a 9-point lead. Cranston on the roll. Stevenson, the strength.
Gosh, the strength of there. He's got 19 in the ball game, and just the ability to caught that with contact and be able to finish in the paint. But again, he just moves so well with the ball. Hands it off. Double team comes. Rubidoux, no rotation.
Brody Shepard gets whistled for the personal. And for the and one, Stevenson from the serve pro stripe short. Rebound ricocheted to Link.
Stevenson shooting 80% on this season now, has missed 2 free throws here tonight.
Link wants it. No. Rebound. Bollinger dug it out of there. Up ahead. Oh, Glaser to Daychild.
Just
and the
unselfish.
Mavs are having fun.
Yeah, unselfish basketball, making the extra pass for a higher percentage shot.
And a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Quickly up to a 13-point lead, 59-46. Mavs on top. Here's that little share in the basketball by the Dickinson team.
Yeah, just coming down the court. Look at that. Heads up. Get rid of it.
GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Buchanans, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Full service, family owned independent community bank. Founded in 1910. Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota locations. Find them online at FIBT.com.
Well, we talked about it, TD. We cut a 4-point game at halftime, got it to 9, got it back to 4, and now we're back up to 13. It's just, Legacy's got to figure something out here and get some stops.
It's good to see the Schaffner family stop by and say hi to me at halftime. Lacey here with the girls, Lily and Finley. As Legacy is going to have to get organized here. Kraft out to Link. Mavericks man-to-man as Josh Link came up short.
Yeah, high percentage shot. Just got to get that elbow extended and get high on the glass.
Daychild. Oh, right down Broadway.
Jordan Daychild averaging 7 a game. Already got 7 here tonight, all in the second half. Just kind of had an outburst here.
Link shot faking and scoring.
Well, I like that time. It's his first points here tonight. Missed it Bunny earlier, and now come back and win at it again.
Double team on Cranston. Oh, wide open. Stevenson again.
Yeah, I understand the double team on Cranston, but that's not the guy you leave underneath the hoop who's got already 21 in the game, all within 2 to 3 feet of that rim.
15-point lead for the team from the Queen City, and Johnny Rubidoux just cleared out the defense. I think the frustration is setting in.
Yeah, just the easy buckets, the easy passes are just getting a little harder here now. You're starting to see the frustration as we talked about it. And we talked about the aggressiveness that Schmidt did in that first half, and now we need Aiden Schmidt to kind of do the same thing here, but might have used up all of his quarters, or halves, excuse me, because I'm sure he played a little at JV.
He might have.
Yeah, because I don't see him on the bench anymore here for the second half.
63-48. Mavs lead by 15. Glaser, extra pass. Probably should have shot that one.
Yeah, he had a wide open pull-up.
Back comes Juleson with a head of steam. Goes to the step around, short.
Yeah, good no call.
Bollinger clears out a rebound, and Coach Glaser wants a First International Bank and Trust time on the floor. You can find them online at FIBT.com. 63-48 with 10:46 to play in the contest. And we're back after this break on the PSP Network.
This page is in a history book, a time gone by. But even in this modern world, there are new frontiers to conquer. Whether you're tending the land to grow a better tomorrow or growing a business for new opportunities, the work you do powers the world. Exploring the frontier means stepping forward, shaping the future for yourself and for those around you. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first, one step at a time.
I just had some good friends text us and say that they've been playing the game every time I said the wrong name tonight, and they're ready for bed because they're about our age and taking a drink every time I said the wrong name. That's funny. Mavericks take it away. Cranston shot fake, score.
He just finds ways and bunches to score.
He is heating up here in the second half.
17 in the game, 9 in the second half, 8 in the first half.
Legacy needs one from Brody Weigel, and he knocks it down.
Huge points there, as we mentioned. Just kind of a quiet foul trouble there in the first half for Brody Weigel. He's got 5 in the ball game. First 3 here tonight.
I know Legacy just scored there, Cole, but I want to get your opinion on. I think Dickinson's been the better team defensively tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Their rotation on defense, and then just the ability to get in the passing lanes. You know, and you got a guy like Tatum Bollinger who averages 1.5 points, is getting that deep in the paint against Legacy. That just can't happen. You got to know who you're guarding. Is he a shooter? Well, then don't get up on him.
There's Bollinger, the fly in the ointment, almost had another one. Juleson skips it cross court. Johnson will lock and load. No.
That looked good the whole way.
There's Bollinger taking it away on the weak side from Ruff. Leeson is on. Straight away, Glazer from downtown. No, airbanked it. And Bollinger into Braxton Ruff there. That'll be a foul on the Mavs.
And these are one of those games where, okay, you got a 16-point lead with about 9.5 minutes left to go in the game, and at some point you got to learn to play and run the clock a little bit here, run some offense, take the air out of the ball a little bit, get to the foul trouble, get to the free throw line. But again, you know, they're averaging 90 points a game for a reason, and they want to get there.
Farstead Oil brings in a nice game. Check out their wholesale fuel, mobile lubricant, and def needs. Been doing it since 1938 at Farstead Oil. Little slip of a screen there by Shepard. He got it blocked, but it goes right to Cooper Johnson, who put it home.
Yeah, they were letting a lot of contact happen in the paint there. It looks like there's probably 2 body contacts. Let them play on.
Legacy's got the scoring column evened out here in the second half, but Dickinson gets Cranston loose, and I get some jostling going on the weak side rebound, and they say that stand here is going to be on Cooper Johnson.
Yeah, Cooper Johnson's trying to do the tango with Cameron Wolf, and Wolf's like, I got the lead. I'm the lead. Nope, you're the lead. Nope, I'm the lead. And he threw him to the ground. And
the 2-step tango, trying to figure out who's got the lead?
Yeah. Need some dance lessons.
Good to have Aaron Wald and John Haugen 2-stepping over here on the cameras. Or tangoing, something like that. Ball gets ratcheted out of bounds. Yeah, today's game brought to you in part by Bones Barbecue Sauce. Premium barbecue sauce. Good on everything from ribs to burgers. Find it at your local grocery store, Cashwise Marketplace, and Family Fare. Val's Cyclery brings you today's game. Well, check out their store in downtown Minot. Been doing it since 1960. E-bikes, sharpening center, and a full-service fitness center at Val's Cyclery. Wolf catch and shoot. No, too strong.
Well, we got off the ball contact again with Cooper Johnson kind of being physical.
Well, we'd be here all night if they were calling all that contact. Juleson got deep again. Oh, that was close to an and one.
And I mentioned earlier, as I know we got different guys plumbing in, but Paxton Leeson, you know, he's not a perimeter shooter. Back off. Make him hit a couple jump shots before you close out too tight. Give up those penetrations. I mean, that's what Juleson's excelling at, as he gets to the rim and just creates double teams and makes those kickouts.
14-point lead for the Mavs, 67-53 on your BNC Bank scoreboard. Under 9 to play. Juleson on the inbounds, got it.
That's Brody Weigel.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, Weigel, yeah, thank you.
Yep, second 3 here in the second half. Brody Weigel, as I mentioned, had foul trouble earlier. Oh, good balance there.
Yeah. Wolf had the balance and the physicality against the smaller defender. The big 6'5" Cameron Wolf got into the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, he just got deep. And again, a 6'5" guy handling the basketball, pivot, slow down, let him go by, carry him to the rim.
Brody Shepard got him on the arm for his second. Saw that in the Ryan Family Dealership replay right there. Cameron Wolf, he's been the one offensive guy for the Mavs tonight that really hasn't gotten it going.
Yeah, he's averaging almost 17 a game. That's his 4th point here tonight, shooting it about 87% from the free throw line. Just kind of a quiet game, but he's been bringing the ball up the court, distributing it, had some defense responsibilities. Rubidou.
Second one, also good. Cameron Wolf, cash money for 2 of them for the Serve Pro stripe. Legacy down by 13, has the rock. Rubidoux was off, he's back on. Skip it cross court to Juleson. Quick dribble drive, but he throws it right to Nate Stevenson.
Again, they played penetration, good rotation, cut off the baseline of Juleson and created another turnover.
Stevenson steps up, Glauser, cash!
Got technical. I was waiting for the cash money.
I didn't see what happened. Did you see what happened with the T call?
No, they're giving it to Stevenson, I believe.
Well, let's go to a Ryan Family Dealership replay. Let's see. Stevenson finds a wide open Glauser. No, didn't see anything egregious there, as Brody Weigel will be shooting the tee.
Obviously, there might have been some encouragement words to the official, or I'm not sure, or taunting.
Yeah. Maybe a taunting call. As Weigel answers two. So Glauser busts a three on one end off the feed from Stevenson. Stevenson got whistled for the technical, which is also his first personal. So he must have done something. Either he said a magic word or did some taunting or something that got the officials' attention. And then Brody Weigel makes both the technicals. Still a 14-point lead for the Mavs. Cooper Johnson, Legacy way up top, now to Ruff. They look inside Rubidoux. Wide open, weak side Johnson off the wraparound pass. Rubidoux went and got that rebound, then he got chinned up on.
Well, Rubidoux's starting to get a little more aggressive there, but that last post play, I mean, that was a nice kick out, but be aggressive. I mean, he always wants to go on his right shoulder because he's left-handed, but catch that thing, chin it, and then fake baseline and go back to your right. Use your right hand. I mean, he's left-hand dominant, I understand, but you got to be a little more aggressive. You're 2 feet away, you're 6'8". Get it in there.
Weigel curls the inbounds for three.
That's his third three here in the second half. 11 in the second half, 13 in the ball game.
Legacy has trimmed it to an 11-point lead. Almost had a steal. Orton to Wolf. Leeson in deep. Legacy doubling. Orton from downtown. No.
That was a big opportunity there to kind of just put the nail in the coffin. He knocks that one down. Take the air out of the Legacy defense there, but unfortunately missed it.
Braxton Ruff. The defense goes behind the screen. No, he couldn't hit it. Good look for the Sabres. Glauser had his pass tipped. Just one luxury that the Mavs had is, both those bigs can handle the rock.
Yeah, they got 5 guys that can play 5 positions on offense and defense.
Turns into a blow-by for Dylan Glauser.
And Dylan Glauser, known for his three-point shooting there, putting it on the floor using his left hand.
Yeah, it's a three-headed monster right now, as Weigel almost had a chance for a 4-point play. He's going to be shooting three. I mentioned the three-headed monster right now developing for the Mavericks. Glauser having a big night, Cranston having a big night, as is Nate Stevenson having a big night.
Well, Dylan Glauser there picked up his third, I don't know what got on there, kind of a mixed match in that pick and roll, and don't foul three-point shooters, what you're told, right?
Yep. There's Weigel. He's hitting nothing but the bottom right now here in the second half. After a quiet first half where he had 2 points, he's come alive here in the second 18 minutes. We mentioned other games we're tracking today on that BNC Bank scoreboard. You got Bismarck High hosting St. Mary's, Minot North at Century, Mandan at Williston, and Minot at Jamestown. There's your boys' slate tonight. We'll get you those scoreboard updates, and they're scrolling across the bottom of your live stream tonight on the ND score feed. Weigel cashed in 2 and make it all 3.
Got 5 free throws here in the second half. Made 3 for 3 on that attempt.
Down to a 10-point game. Legacy hanging around, but can they get some stops? A little set play, and they go to a back door for Braxton Ruff, and Cooper Johnson just grabbed onto him. That's one way to not get beat.
I was going to say, Coach going to yell at me, but I'm not going to give up a bucket.
But it's 7 team fouls on Legacy, so now you put a good free throw shooter at the line.
Yeah, and just overall, again, they're just moving the ball so well, the Mavericks are. And again, just so unselfish at times. They got 5 guys that can play 5 positions, both on the offensive end and the defensive end.
Cranston, an 80% free throw shooter, misses it, and now you're going to get a foul on Daychild, which will send Brody Weigel to the free throw line. Interesting turnaround there. An 80% free throw shooter misses the front end, and now if Legacy can cash in, it's down to an 8-point game.
Yeah, you just want to be able to score with the clock stopped. Obviously, it kind of helps out Legacy here, and if you're the Mavericks, you don't want them with the clock stopped going to the free throw line, so you got to play smart. Again, goes back to playing quick, playing fast, but now you got a lead with 6 minutes to go. You're in the bonus.
And Weigel just made 3 straight, made all 5 of his free throws here in the second half. He's borderline throwing it up like it's a KC hoop shoot. He got it stuck on automatic from the Serve Pro stripe.
Yeah, he's gotten hot, as we mentioned, averaging 6.5 in the game. That's his 17th point here tonight. And again, I think if I'm the Mavericks, I may pick up a little bit, after this offensive, when they get the free throw here and go back on the offensive end, pick them up full court. I know they don't want to go to the free throw line, but I think the tempo plays in the favor of the Mavericks.
Weigel again. Legacy within 8. That's as close as they've been for a while. Now Cranston gets some riding time there with Cooper Johnson.
Yeah, just a heads-up play by Cranston there. Knew he had him behind him, kind of hesitated a little bit. Cooper Johnson couldn't stop, got him to the foul. Again, just those fouls putting guys on the free throw line with the clock stopped.
That looks like a kid right there that's son of a head coach. His dad, Randy, coached at Watford City, coach of the year back in 2008. Good basketball player in his own right, Randy, at Hatton and then University of Mary. As Boston Cranston with the crafty move will shoot the free throw, and he knocks down one. Had to get one to make one to get one. Serve Pro brings you the free throw this tonight. 24/7 emergency service at Serve Pro. Cranston's kind of just taking Nate Stevenson's place here in the second half.
Just going to say, missed that, but he's got 18 in the game here tonight. Only had 8 at halftime, so a great output here in the second half.
9-point game. Legacy looks inside to Rubidou. Backdoor to Weigel, and he gets held on to there by Daychild.
Again, you just start seeing the whistles get a little bit tighter here as the score gets a little tighter, the clock gets down lower, defensive pressure picks up a little bit, overplayings happen, holding the jerseys a little bit.
How about the schedule for Legacy in this week? They played Bismarck High on Friday. They got Dickinson tonight. And then on this coming Friday, they got Century. That's 3 pretty good, tough basketball games for your team.
Yeah, that's a
bit of a murderer's row. As Weigel has got it stuck right now from the Serve Pro stripe. A smooth 10 for 10 from the stripe in the second half. Make it 11 for 11.
And there he is. He's found his rhythm, and again, keep going to him. Find ways to get him open, create offensive for him.
You talk about chipping away. Legacy is chipping away. With 5:42 to play in the contest, your BNC Bank scoreboard, 75-68. Mavs by 7. Glauser on a handoff. They clear on the side for Cranston. Spinning, fading, partially blocked. Stevenson got it.
That was good defense, and unfortunately just got the tip to the wrong spot.
Ryan Family Dealership replay as we head to a First International Bank and Trust time on the floor. Dickinson extends that lead to 9 on the Stevenson putback. We've got 5:31 to play in the contest.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Till it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills, and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess, and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clemene, and McBride.
Back to a 9-point lead after that hoop by Stevenson. Weigel going right back to the free throw line.
Absolutely. He's making things happen right now. They went pick and roll with Roubidou, and Roubidou can float it to the three-point line. You have to make a decision. Do you help on the penetration, or do you stay with the shooter? Again, Brody Weigel, again, just having a great second half here, being aggressive.
Foul on Tatum Bullinger, his third. Weigel finally missed one.
Yeah, he's like an Elks hoop shoot contest, as we mentioned.
Yeah, it's hard to make 25 in a row at the Elks or the KC hoop shoot. Weigel was making a bid for it, had made 11 in a row, missed one, and now swish again from the serve pro stripe. Back to an 8-point game. 5:22 to play in the contest. Mavericks with 10 team fouls now the rest of the way. Dickinson will be allowing Legacy to shoot a couple from the serve pro stripe. Cranston pass tip, bodies flying, taken away. Kraft wheels into the front court, count it!
Good decision by Weston Kraft. They had a 2-on-1 fast break, didn't really balance the floor, no one to give it to, so he was just a little selfish there, got the and one for a 3-point play.
Foul on Boston Cranston. Oh, check that, Nate Stevenson. There's the and one for Weston Kraft. Now he toes the serve pro stripe. Swish.
Weston Kraft averaging 3 a game, got 9 in the ball game here tonight. So again, the bench here for the Legacy Sabres really had a nice role here for Coach Horner.
Down to a 5-point game. Glaser double teamed. Wolf to Bullinger. Cranston, yes!
I might have called a timeout after that shot just to kind of get yourself gathered up, get some fresh legs. The bench is getting short here for the Mavericks.
Back to a 7-point lead. Roubidou from the top. Oh, they double team.
Good help side there on Cranston. Again, Roubidou putting it on the floor too much. Square up.
He had the undersized Bullinger on him. Didn't matter. Taken away. Cranston with the herky-jerky move, and he'll be shooting.
And, you know, as we all know, lefties like to go left, and he is not going to really go crossover to your right. So you got to play that left hand a little bit, shine him to the middle, or you got double teams if you do get beat.
He'll be shooting a bonus as the 9th team foul on Legacy.
As we mentioned, Boston Cranston shooting 80% from the free throw line.
Friendly roll.
That's his 21st point here tonight. Again, averaging 30 a game. Real quiet first half with 8. Now, as I mentioned, just got 21 in the ball game, looking for 22.
And second one, short. 80-72 in your BNC Bank scoreboard. 4:14 and counting to play. Mavericks by 8. Kraft to the spin. Tipped away. Nate Stevenson to the 10. No.
Well, that was a good decision by Roubidou. It looked like he was going to foul him from behind and just let him go.
Kraft with the step around. Got it.
Weston Kraft, welcome to the party. The 6-foot sophomore.
Yeah, if you're wondering why Aiden Schmidt hasn't come back in, we did confirm that he's out of quarters. Stevenson, good straight-up defense by Cooper Johnson.
You're starting to see a little tired legs here from the Mavericks. I mentioned that earlier. I would have called a timeout, kind of get these kids a rest. The bench just got a little short, as we mentioned, for the Mavericks.
Juleson to the 10. Oh!
I don't know how many times I can say it. He's going to drive right, drive right, drive right, and they keep running at him, closing out, back off, making him hit a jump shot. He's only hit one perimeter shot here tonight, but he's been so effective getting to the rim, creating double teams and getting to that free throw line.
Cameron Wolf got him on top of the head. Juleson at the serve pro stripe. Could cut this to a 4-point game with a couple makes. And he is cash on the first one.
What's kind of been the Achilles heel? It hasn't been less than 4 here tonight.
Yeah, it has been a exercise in chipping away here by Legacy. They can't chip anymore. Glaser rebounds, and the Mavs are up 5.
Don't have to score.
Cameron Wolf backs in. Glaser straight on. Big time delivery.
Why wait? Holy cow. Ice in his veins as he hit another one from the top of the key.
Dylan Glaser with one of the shots of the game, and it takes us into a First International Bank and Trust timeouts. The Mavs by 8.
Since 2000, engineers at Ackerman Estvold have been enhancing everyday life. From response times to commute times, we've helped create critical infrastructure, enhancing highway safety, flood protection, and public education. And we're no stranger to enhancing fun, family outings, and even game time. Ackerman Estvold, working to enhance your everyday life.
Dylan Glaser took some guts to take that shot in that moment, but it was a big time delivery to put the Mavericks from Dickinson up 8.
Well, that was his 4th three-pointer in the game. It was no, and knocked her down.
Oh, Kraft was on point-blank range. Credit the contest by Cranston, but that's one that Legacy's going to want back. Now the Mavs can run a little clock, like you said earlier, Cole.
Well, they're in the bonus, so they got the opportunity.
And a reach around by Rubidou.
And Stevenson, just that low base, kept him wide, had to go around him. And again, that's for all those fouls. You're leaning over. Yeah, you might have got the ball, but he's climbing all over his back. And again, you stay wide, keep your base low.
And it's double bonus time, as Cole said a moment ago here for the Mavs for the remaining 2:40. And Nate Stevenson. No.
Nate Stevenson, again, an 80% free throw shooter, struggling a little bit here tonight from the free throw line, but he's been doing pretty much everything here tonight. Got 23 in the ball game, a lot of rebounds, a lot of assists, defense responsibilities on the floor.
Stevenson got the second one. Of course, his uncle is Pete Stanton, none other than Dickinson State head football coach. As Dickinson back up by 9. 2.5 to play in the game. Legacy goes to the weave.
And Legacy needs to kind of look towards the rim instead of sideways here.
And they zigged when they needed to zag, and that's a turnover. Daychild with the passing lane defense. And the Mavericks, man, they can hang on up by 9 with 2:20 to play in the game. We're going to win their first one here at Hauser Gymnasium in a while. Cranston will go on the other way.
Yeah, good rotation on defense there from Shepard again. Just took the offensive foul. Cranston got a little too deep, pull up at that free throw line.
Well, you can definitely tell that Shepard's feet were set with those yellow sneaks that he's got on.
Got the Grinch from Christmas shoes.
You can tell he was outside the arc, too. His baby's got light bulbs in him. 2 minutes to play in the contest. A little herky-jerky shake and bake for Weigel. Back to him. Tries the baseline drive against Bollinger. Rises and scores.
Yeah, Brody Weigel having a great second half, as we mentioned. Now he got 23 in the ball game. Only had 2 in the first half.
7-point game. Glaser, Stevenson, picked away. Juleson with the hands. Weigel buries into the defense. And right back to the serve pro stripe is Brody Weigel. Coach Glaser cannot believe it.
Well, and Glaser didn't have position, didn't have his feet set, kind of running around on his back, as you see, kind of leaning back on his heels.
Well, he had his arms up, but wasn't in a, I would say, legal guarding position.
Exactly, a defensive position that is legal guarding, chest facing. Again, you can take a charge not being squared up, but you have to be set.
Brody Weigel certainly initiated a contact. I'm sure that's what the Glasers are saying. As you said, it's 4 now on Dylan Glaser. Brody Weigel has just made another free throw where he's put his 10 stakes up at the Serve Pro free throw line here in the second half.
Unbelievable. I'm running out of ink.
Weigel made it a 6-point game. Can he make it a 5-point game with 98 seconds to play? Yes, he can.
So again, be smart with the ball. They're running doubles. Now go. Get it across the line. You're in the bonus. Don't have to shoot.
Stevenson gives it off to Cranston. Hello!
When I say don't shoot, do it. We broke that twice. Glosser hit one. No, no, no. And now Cranston hit one. No, no, no. But yes, again, it keeps opening it up. Ice in their veins.
Weigel again. And a First International Bank and Trust timeout on the floor. Legacy not going anywhere, but how about these big shots that just keep happening for the Mavericks?
Well,
the latest one here by Boston Cranston as the Mavericks lead 87-81, 1:12 to play in the game. Here's that three ball by Boston Cranston.
Seek transformation. ServPro's construction program brings both vision and precision. From that very first hammer strike to the final touch of paint, our dedication remains unwavering. It's not just about remodeling, it's about legacy. In Minot and Bismarck, ServPro is your partner in transformation. We don't just build back, we elevate every space.
Mavericks have to trigger it in. They get it into Cranston. He's double teamed. Up ahead to Wolf over the timeline as they lead by 6. A 2-possession game still with 1:05 and counting to play.
That's the benefit of the Mavericks. They got 5 guys that can handle the ball.
Glaser, Mavs just playing a little keep away here. Trying to break down this Sabre defense. Down to 10 to shoot. Glaser to the scoop. Blocked off of him. Rubidou says return to sender.
And again, good job by Coach Glosser here, subbing here. People like, why are we subbing? It's just to let the defense get set, be able to have the opportunity to get some different people in different situations. You might be in foul trouble.
And it went off of Glaser. Legacy cashes one in here, and all of a sudden it creeps into the pressure cooker territory. 40 seconds to play. High screen for Weigel.
He ain't giving it up. Yeah, good call. He kind of was getting a little bully ball in there and not giving it up and kind of get 4 guys watching there a little bit. But as you see, he gets a little deep in there, just kind of drops his shoulder. Good defense.
Oh, the old bull rider got him.
Tatum Bollinger taking that in the chest.
And your Ryan Family Dealership replay. And a takeaway by Juleson. Wrap around Weigel. Got it. Legacy with 1 timeout remaining there to hold on to it as it's down. Is it a turnover? Whoa, baby.
We got 3 timeouts the Mavericks do. Somewhere you got to call a timeout and get these kids settled in a little bit here.
Down to a 4-point game. They didn't put the points up there real promptly, but it's 87-83. And now Legacy down by 4 has possession. A developing situation. Sabres got to go. Berryhill. No. Rebound. Ratcheted a couple times. Legacy had a good look at it, and now you got to foul Cranston. How about that? It's been one of those nights for Micaiah Berryhill, who has not scored, and now with 15 or 20 seconds left in the game, that's the guy that frees up for the Sabres, and he couldn't hit it. Stay tuned. Our planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next as Cranston cans the free throw. Second one from the ServPro stripe. Southpaw free throw in. Makes it an 8-point game, and what do we got? Must be a clock situation here. As I mentioned, the planning team financial advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Stay tuned. That comes up in 14.8 seconds. And a good battle tonight. Mavericks grabbed control in the first half. Legacy fought as Weigel yanks a 3. No, airbanked it. Rubidou battling, grabs it, scores. And Legacy will ask for and receive a timeout. Jonathan Rubidou That's just his second basket here in the second half. He's got 16 points. You get a look at that Legacy Sabres huddle as we'll just keep it right here. We mentioned the Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Just 6.1 ticks left. Mavericks 89, Sabres 85. And it's a full timeout tonight brought to you by First International Bank and Trust. Founded in 1910, serving rural and urban communities across Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota. Find them online at FIBT.com. Oh, a lot of points scored again. We just did a game, last one I did was 109 to 80, and now 89 to 85. First one to 90 wins. If Legacy's going to go for a quick steal, I don't know if they'll play the foul game. They're almost out of time. You got to get a steal. If you don't get a steal here on the inbounds, you probably just say no mas. Legacy denying. Mavericks get it into Glauser, and what shows what I know is they immediately bear hug. Dylan Glauser will make the long walk to the other end. And while we do, let's show you what we got on tap for the rest of the week. On Thursday, you got Beulah Trinity, Grant County Mott Region, Central McLean in a high-profile B girls game. Devils Lake and Minot boys hockey, and South Prairie Max and Ned Rose. And a whole host of games on Friday night as well here across the network. Dylan Glauser. That's some big shots here for the Mavs. Well, his three and Cranston's three in crunch time were large. Glauser couldn't get the shooter's touch. 5-point game. Juleson in and out. And a final score. Dickinson 90. Legacy 85. And we welcome you to our Planning Team Financial Advisors Shots Crossroads postgame show. As mentioned, Planning Team Financial Advisors helping clients work towards financial freedom. And Shots Crossroads, your postgame headquarters. You can order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. There's your final, 90 to 85. Dickinson will improve to 5-2 overall, 3-1 in conference play. Legacy will fall to 4-3, and they're an even 2-2 now in WDA play. Cole Hagelin has made his way down. I get a word with, looks like Dan Glauser and maybe Nate Stevenson. All right, take it away, Cole.
Well, congratulations, Coach Glauser. A win's a win. You had some highs, you had some lows. They cut it to 4. They cut it. You got it back to 9. Got it to 14. Back to 5. Back to 4. But I like to check your heart rate here right now.
Yeah, it was a game of runs, that's for sure. Legacy's there's so many good players that can score, and obviously they put a lot of points on the board, and you know, our defense needs a lot of work, that's for sure.
Well, you know, TD and I were talking about that. I thought your defense, I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, you gave up probably more points than you wanted to, but your rotations, you have 5 guys who can play 5 different positions. You got 5 guys on the offense, but I thought your defensive rotations are really good. You just had some situations, probably didn't go your right way all the time, but I mean, you're averaging 90 a game. You pretty much hit it tonight right on the nose, but defensively, I thought you did a nice job.
Yeah, our rotations are good, and we scramble, and we get good pressure and stuff, but you know, some of the stuff on the scouting reports we got to stick to. We got to be better at doing our job and what we're asked to do, and you know, that's something that's, I think that's something that's learned throughout the season, and it's just kind of a stepping stone and something to improve on. You know, I'd hate to go to practice and have nothing to work on.
Absolutely. You're never satisfied as a coach. TD and I were laughing here. There was 2 plays there. Cranston and your son, Glauser, were like, no. Woof, they hit the huge threes, both of them. What keeps you up at night?
Those 2 to start with, and you know, it's they have confidence. I'm going to give them that, and I don't want to take that away, and I don't want them to lose that. So They're two great shooters, and as long as they get the opportunity. I thought Boston's there was a little late in the game to be hitting that, especially when he's missing some free throws. But I told him if you can make it to 30, you better maybe have to make a 15-foot free throw. So he came through at the end there.
Well, hey, it's nice to play with the green light and have the freedom and not have to look over the bench every time you shoot. But hey, congratulations, good win tonight, and good luck the rest of the year.
All right, thank you.
All right, our sports clip player of the game, Nate Stevenson. Congratulations, man. I don't think you left the paint here, man. You were dominating on the defensive end, the offensive end. Unofficially, I think I had you right around 23 points here tonight. But what was your role here tonight coming into the game?
My role most nights is to facilitate the ball to our shooters, because we have a lot of great scorers on this team, and get boards and win boards. Yeah,
I was going to say, when you're coming up and down there and they cut it to 4 a couple of times, I was asking Coach Glauser about that shot that Cranston hit and then also what Glauser hit. I mean, they were the type of shots you probably don't want to see, but I saw you as a leader on this team congratulating them, giving them high fives, and that's what I think that spirit you bring to this team.
Yeah, our team chemistry is awesome. We all get along, we all hang out after. It's so much fun to play and run with these guys. It's amazing.
Well, I think you did a great job on Rubidoux here tonight. You were being physical with him, but I like the fact that you can kind of guard all 5 positions and you understand your role, and I think that's important with most teams kind of going here to the WDA. So congratulations here, our Sports Clip player of the game, and back to you, TD.
Yeah, well done down there, Cole Higlin, as you heard from Dan Glauser and old Nate Stevenson. Man, he was a workhorse tonight for the Mavericks, as they had a little bit of a streak. First time winning at Harsler since 2016-17, last DHS win here in Northeast Bismarck. All right, fans, our planning team financial advisor Shots Crossroads postgame show rolls on as we'll put a bow on this one tonight from the capital city. Mavericks win it 90-85. That's the final WDA boys basketball final here on the PSP Network.
Is proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.
At Planning Team Financial Advisors, we help individuals create their personalized strategies. We specialize in financial planning, retirement planning, insurance, and 401k distribution options. Don't leave your future to chance. Call Planning Team Financial Advisors today for a free retirement review. Planning Team Financial Advisors, your plan, your future, your team.
Hey, like some points scored. Boy, you enjoyed our last couple broadcasts here on the PSP Network. As a final score tonight, 90-85. Mavericks and a mini drought here at Hauser Gymnasium, and they're victorious by 5 over the homestanding Legacy Sabres. Planning Team Financial Advisor, Shots Crossroads postgame show. Whether you're planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Advisors is here to help you work towards achieving your financial goals. You can visit them online at planningteam.com. And Shots Crossroads, get filling up their delicious menu that includes the famous 99. Order online at shotscrossroads.com. Team buses are always welcome. All right, Cole, a few things we'll get to. The MVP, the move of the game, or schedule for the rest of the week. But first, let's bounce through these numbers, as there are a lot of points to ratchet through here, as it's a final by 5. Mavericks win it. Here's your Planning Team Shots Crossroads final game numbers.
Well, for the Dickinson Mavericks, I almost said Dickinson Midgets one last time, but well, that's a hard one to get used to this year. But hey, for the Dickinson Mavericks, they had 3 guys with 20-plus points here in the game here tonight. So just a great output on the offensive end here. As we know, they average 90 a game, hit that number here tonight. Tatum Bollinger with 2, Jordan Daychild 7, Dylan Glosser with 20, Boston Cranston with 26, Nate Stevenson with 24, Paxton Leeson with 6, and Cameron Wolf with 5, rolling out to 90. For the Legacy Sabres, had 37 at half, really struggled, finished with 85, so definitely had a bigger scoring output here in the second half for the Sabres. For Braxton Ruff, 3. Brody Weigel had 2 points at half, finished the game with 29 unofficially. Jackson Julison with 6. Jonathan Rubidoux with 16. And Brody Shepard with 3. Weston Kraft coming off the bench, averaging 3 a game, finished here with 11. And Cooper Johnson with 7. And Aiden Schmidt, Mr. Hustle, only had 1 half to play here tonight, finished the game with 6. 2 huge 3-pointers in that first half. So final score, Dickinson Mavericks 90, Legacy Sabres 85.
Yeah, well done. There's your Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads final game numbers. As we mentioned, the Mavericks moved to 5-2 on the season, and Legacy falls to 4-3. Get your BNC scoreboard updated here in just a second, but first it's our move of the game, brought to you by Spas Etc. Going to bring the spa to your home. Find a massive inventory, next level sales team, perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room at Spas Etc. Yeah, you want to talk about onions late in the game. This shot here for Dylan Glosser was the one. No, yeah, baby, nice shot. It's your Spas Etc. move of the game.
Well, it just gives the opportunity, as you talk to Coach Glosser afterward, what keeps you up at night. This shot right here is like, yes. You see his reaction. But again, it's nice to play for a coach that lets you know you have the green light. Ability to shoot. Don't worry if you miss. Get after it. I mean,
we'll run that a couple times. Okay, look at 3 minutes, and look at the shot clock. I mean, you're up by 5 and 20 on the shot clock, and you yank the 3 and nothing but the bottom.
Hey, live by the 3, die by the 3.
Huge shot there for Dylan Glosser. There's your Spas Etc. move of the game. All right, the schedule for the rest of the week. We profiled the games on Thursday already. We're back in the WDA on Friday. Mandan at Dickinson in a girls and boys doubleheader. The Battle of Minot happens at Minot North on Friday nights. Magi and the Majets at the Sentinels. Good one in the capital city, Legacy and Century and boys hoops, Velva and MLS. There's your schedule for the rest of the week. As mentioned, we already profiled the games on Thursday, as you got Beulah and Trinity in boys hoops. Good one in Turtle Lake, as you got Grant County, Mont Regent, Central McLean. Devils Lake and Minot in boys hockey, and South Prairie Max and Nedrose. There's your schedule. Like and follow us on our social media platforms of Facebook, Instagram, X, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to find out the latest happenings on the PSP network. All right, fans, time now for your MVP of the contest, brought to you by Sport Clips. They keep you looking your best. You can check in online with a hairstylist today at sportclips.com. And, yeah, Nate Stevenson, man, just a good wall-to-wall tonight for the Mavs.
Well, just talking to him afterward, just the maturity in the kid. I mean, physically and just emotionally, too, just the way he answered the question, very professionally out there. But, yeah, Mr. Double-Double. I mean, unofficially I had him down for 12 rebounds, but double-double with 24 points and 12 rebounds, had some defensive responsibilities. Kind of led the charge, as I mentioned. Every time someone made a big shot, he was the first guy there patting him on the back or helping him off the floor, or he was on the floor, number one, too. So, yeah, it's a nice sports clip play of the game here with, just Nate Stevenson just did everything for the Dickinson Mavericks here tonight.
Yeah, he handled it. Here you see just that physical presence. You called him the chairman of the boards a few times. Yeah, just a nice game for the QB himself. Nate Stevenson is your MVP of the contest tonight. All right, fans, that'll put a wrap on it. Hope you enjoyed it. That was a good doubleheader. Ends up being a split tonight. Legacy wins the girls' game, 71-36, and the Mavs get the W in the boys' contest. Great job by the team tonight. It is John Haugen, Aaron Walden run the cameras for us, Cole Higlin, and Todd Domrey's here with you from Hauser Gymnasium tonight. Our thanks to Planning Team Financial Advisors and Shots Crossroads for bringing you our postgame, including our MVP of the contest, Nate Stevenson, brought to you by Sport Clips, and your move of the game, the Cold as Ice 3 by Dylan Glauser. That's brought to you by Sports Spas, etc. That's a wrap tonight from the capital city. A final score, your BNC National Bank scoreboard. Dickinson wins this one 90-85 over the Legacy Sabres. And that's a wrap tonight from Hauser Gymnasium.
Proudly brought to you by Make sure to like and follow PSP Network on all social media platforms. PSP Network, it's game day.
At Ryan Buick GMC, we treat every day like game day.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen.
1.2-liter turbo engine, ultra-wide screen, on 2. Ready?
We know how to get you in the right vehicle.
Blue Canyons, and hut, hut.
From the test drive to the handoff, we make every step easy. This season, start your drive at Ryan Buick GMC.